Off your mic is okay. Off your mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now him una don't hear all these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get what he supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one, Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun la mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good evening to you.
La mo do.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun today.
Good afternoon to you.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
And of course, good morning to you. From wherever you are watching from, this is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. There's a red flag that I think you should know about so that you would never be caught unaware and begin to ask, how did we get here? Maybe I can help you. Tell them. Usually, whenever you expose the fraudulent dealers that they call leaders in Nigeria, their followers, I'm talking about those who always defend their oppressors, they always call that hate. No, when you expose crime, when you expose criminals, when you expose their sponsor, when you expose those who are covering for them, when you know the victims of all their atrocities, speaking about them, hopefully trying to educate the public enough to be wary of them, is not hate. When we talk about Ifnumbu, Bokwari, Pastor Ruga, and the rest of them like that, it's not hate. We are telling you exactly who they are. But of course, maybe not to you, the Lagos Abobaku. APC, Egbekegbe, they came to destroy, to steal, and to kill, just as it's described in the holy books. Thieves comes in the night to what? To loot, which is to steal, to destroy, and then to kill. And for 7 years, this is what APC, Egbekegbe, represents. And it's not because of any hate. See, if you see people who are the victims of what APC, Egbekegbe, what they have done or they are still doing in 7 years, if they tell you they hate them because of the impact it has had on them, I can't, I can't speak for them. But ordinarily, saying it as it is not hate. Okay? So let's start with this. They brought in security. You probably have been hearing about some part of northern Nigeria, some of these 19 states in northern Nigeria, including in the middle belt, which they usually count as northern states. Yeah? Majority of their local government areas are no longer in control of Nigerian government or authority anymore. And guess those who know the truth? The state governors. If you go to Niger State, out of all the local governments that they have over 800 communities, towns, villages that have cut across more than 18 local government areas, according to the governor. These areas have been in control of the terrorists, different kinds, for the past 2 years. I mean, they have gotten to a stage whereby people in those communities, they don't even expect any SOS call sent to government anymore. Politicians, all these security agents, they've abandoned those areas and they know them in this state. I'll give you some of those states. And that is Nigeria that you are living in, the one that you are waking up every day, praying, hoping that it's going to get better and the rest of that, right? But there is a twist now with the new information that is available. In fact, the terrorists are controlling most part of northern Nigeria, northwest, northeast. In fact, with the level of the damages and destructions brought upon Nigeria, division and corruption that brought upon Nigeria by this APC, Egbekegbe, normally, if you have an election, if you ever have anyone, right, they stand no chance. They know that. But you see, this insecurity as it is, And as it were, before they use the same insecurity to come to power, the same insecurity that they are now pointing out to tell us that, well, we have lost ground, we have lost control, seems to be a blessing in disguise for this Al-Qaeda People's Congress. And I'll tell you more. For months, if not for years now, yeah, when these terrorists were taking over territories, Nigerian government was spending most of their time, resources, in taming reports on these activities recorded. In some cases, these terrorists, after chasing away the people, the inhabitants of those communities, right, and they take over the communities, they then appoint emir over those communities. So as we speak today, yeah, this red flag has now spread even further than you can imagine. Just in July, there's a secret memo which came to public this month, August. This memo is coming from these northwest states in Nigeria. These are the states that never had any form or any act of terrorism incident in their state until APC, Egbekegbe, came. Fulani terrorists ravaged all these states. Many of those communities, right, after killing the occupants, right, they now have heads, emirs. But Nigeria military police or DSS or whatever you, they dare not go there. Now we know why, and I'll tell you. Kaduna State Governor, you know that since 2015, APC, Egbekegbe, when they came to power in Kaduna, when El Rufaya of Kaduna came to power, he went on a pilgrimage. That pilgrimage was to all over Africa and meeting with escaping, absconding Fulani terrorists, which the locals, especially in Kaduna and Northwest states, right, rebuffed their attack before APC, Egbekegbe, came in. El Rufaya traveled all over Africa with Kaduna's money, with their own share of that, of that national money, Abi. And he told the terrorists, he confessed, he said, I went to them and told them, listen, you can all come back now. Your brother is in power. If you lost cow during our local squabbles, what do they call local squabbles? The ethnic supremacy battle that has been there for ages, right? Before APC, Egbekegbe came in, the Hausas, they have been able to hold their ground. They lost political ground, but they didn't lose their economic ground, right? The economic power of the Hausa indigenous people in northern Nigeria is mostly trading and agriculture, right? They are those who, they live there. They cultivate the land. They grow their own food. Fulanis, they don't stay in a place. They are called a nomad in nature, which means they move from one place to another, right? So over time, when this supremacy battle between them, which were never made public, like until now, right? Between them, whenever they happened, the locals in northern Nigeria, all other ethnic nationalities in northern Nigeria, they have been able to rebuff these armed terrorists in the past until APC, Egbekegbe, came in, until El Rufaya went on a pilgrimage in 2015. And from 2016, Kasala busted. Now, in 2022, El Rufaya of Kaduna wrote a letter, in fact, a very lengthy one, to who? To Boko Haram, demand that they said will end Boko Haram terrorism in 3 months. Remember, 7 years down the line, over 40,000 innocent people, including women and children, slaughtered by these bloody terrorists that are being pampered in Nigeria. El Rufaya of Kaduna wrote a letter. In that letter, he raised an alarm. He said, Kaduna has been taken over, especially Southern Kaduna. You have been hearing about Southern Kaduna, at least, even if Nigeria media have not really been reporting this truthfully, honestly. But sincerely, you as a young person or as an adult, you would never deny reading about the massacre, genocide that suddenly started in Kaduna, southern Kaduna. Yes, it wasn't just that. It was also state-sponsored as well. When they would kill their paramount ruler, Adara of Adara Kingdom in southern Kaduna, he was invited by the state governor. Who was the state governor? Who is the state governor? Herufaya of Kaduna. Now, he was invited for security meeting because of the crisis in southern Kaduna. Then, young people in southern Kaduna, they were able, right, to group themselves, to go back for reprisal, in fact, to defend themselves with the coordination and the coerciveness of Nigerian system under the APC, they disarmed them. They arrested those they could arrest. Nigerian military killed those they could kill. And eventually, they ran many of the youth of southern Kaduna out of southern Kaduna for the terrorists to have the free will. Yes, the people of southern Kaduna used to defend themselves. Seriously. Kajuru and all those places, until they invited Adara, the paramount ruler that they suspected was the brain behind these youth and the people of southern Kaduna standing up to fight and defend themselves against this invading terrorist. What did the government of Kaduna, what did they do? They invited Adara to a security meeting that is never going to take place. Delayed him for over 7 hours. He never saw the governor. He never saw anybody from the governor team. Then he was told the meeting was cancelled. It will be rescheduled. On his way back to his kingdom, he was kidnapped. Very, very close to his kingdom, right there in the same Kaduna. And guess what? For 4 days or 5 days, his kidnappers, Fulani terrorists, they tortured him. They raped his wife, tortured him until they killed him. When they killed him, a paramount ruler, they dumped his body just on the footpaths, close to his kingdom, where people could see him, right? Naked. All these are psychological war waged on the locals, the indigenous people of northern Nigeria. You can take them from state to state, right? From Plateau to Kaduna, from Kaduna to Katsina, from Katsina to Niger, Niger to Zamfara, the den of the Nigerian terrorist headquarters, so to say. So what happened? El Rufaya now wrote a letter informing Bokwari that something needed to be done. The terrorists have taken over southern Kaduna. In fact, the people of these areas have submitted themselves to the authorities of these terrorists. Now, you may be watching me right now and feel like, well, you know, it is not a thing. Somehow, I would understand why you feel like that. But come on, it is like saying United States of America have some foreign invaders that have now taken over many districts in many states in America. And what the American government could do was to tell Americans to disarm and give their lands, right? And at this point, the security agents, the government, everyone abandoned them. Now, put that into a context and tell me if you can still boldly say you actually have a country, if that logic, if that context doesn't scare you about Nigeria. Now, the governors, the Kaduna governor, who wrote that something should be done, they also put that in the media. Then, all these northwest states have also submitted their own memo. And in their memo, right, they were asking Bokwari, say it's a cable, call it memo or cable, security memo. The governors said that maybe Bokwari should come and establish military bases in areas like Breningwari, Rejana, Kachia, and Maraban Jos in Kaduna, and then another one in Kotangora and Guada in Niger State. Those areas, right? Strategic areas are where they believe all the surrounding communities, local government areas, they have been taken over by these terrorists. Borno states, where they used to be, northeast, out of all the local government areas in Borno state today, they only have just about 7 functional local government areas. The rest are completely taken over by terrorists. But they won't tell you because, yeah, once you know, you realize that there is actually no real one Nigeria. They are scamming you. They are lying to you. And you will soon find out, especially now that they are about to use the same calamity they brought upon you for their own political, electoral escape if they ever conduct the election. Because like I said, the governors themselves, they said they want areas that, listen to this, they said they need the operations to prevent Boko Haram terrorists from attacking the Shiroro R2 transmission. You remember I told you when the terrorists took over Shiroro Dam, Shiroro transmission station, right? Your national grid has been collapsing. Epilepsy like Warapa. Meanwhile, they haven't told you that for the past 1 year, terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists in Niger State, they have taken over one of the 2 transmission stations in Niger State, Shiroro. And as the governor stated in their memo, it has been inaccessible. And they are not really far from the R2 transmission station as well, which means it's just a matter of time. Now, the terrorists didn't go and take over the power station like that. What they did is that Shiroro area and all the communities around there, including, Shiroro local government, I think it's a local government area as well, right? All the hundreds of local government areas in those places, they are now being controlled by terrorists. So if Nigeria want to go there, if they want to access those power stations, they have to negotiate with the terrorists on the time of passage, clearance, and all of that. In Nigeria, 7 years of APC. I know some of these, Lagos Abobakus, they don't have any shame, but I'm still coming to you. We'll get to your part very soon. Now, this is this report card of APC, right? But they said if nothing is done anytime soon, right, with what they know, there will be no election in Northwest states. So, what are the Northwest states? The Northwest states are Jigawa. I don't know if they will begin to make sense to you now when I move you to the political permutation that will keep the insecurity in these places, higher and higher, worse and worse as you move closer to your charade election. And I will tell you why tonight. Like I've been saying many times, you actually don't need to believe me. Whatever they told you or whatever they are telling you, believe them. But you know one thing about Nigeria, it has a way of breaking your heart. You have just been made to get used to heartbreak and disappointment by making excuses for why they happen. But again, you will get to that part. The Northwest states are Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara. Do they sound anyhow familiar to you? Whenever you are thinking about the 3 Kardashians, where terrorism is high in northern Nigeria, where children cannot go to school, where unemployment is at the highest and the worst, where poverty is also at the highest and the worst, But whenever it is an election time, there will be no mistakes in their ballots. Something that many of you have been made to believe is actually all right and okay. Now, all these areas, pay attention again. Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Sokoto, and Zamfara. The insecurity in these places, which never was, if you remember, in 2015, yeah, Borno was the only state where Boko Haram terrorists headquartered. Abuja was the place they said they were going to take over for the caliphate. Remember? Prior to their 2015 elections, it took the Nigeria military about 28 days to take back 14 local government areas that were saturated or under the control of Boko Haram terrorists. Do you remember that? Well, it's never going to, the Nigeria military just said, with the level of terrorism in Nigeria, it is going to take more than 20 years to end terrorism, more than 20 years to return Nigeria back to 2015. Yes, the military just said that. However, in the next couple of weeks and months, it has now been uncovered. Exactly, yeah. If 14 local government areas could make the Nigeria INEC under PDP to postpone an election before they could conduct one, then tell me what is it going to take them, or an excuse that will take them to tell you that there is not going to be an election when they have over 300 local government areas all over Nigeria that are currently at war of either Boko Haram or Fulani terrorist invasion that has led to more refugee camps, people being forced out of their homes, out of their communities, never to return again. And here is the political part of it, that as many of you actually know, they said when any problem lasts longer or any kind of restiveness or wahala or crisis, so to say, lasted longer than 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen, if you pay attention very well, the government is involved. So in this case, APC, Egbekegbe, have publicly admitted that they have destroyed Nigeria. But according to them, they also succeeded in helping Nigeria on some areas. Therefore, if everyone says they have failed, and at this point, if they should lose the grip of power, then they have a lot to lose, because apart from them ruining and destroying Nigeria, there are characters in APC, Egbekegbe, who have also committed human rights crimes. I'm talking about international war crimes, which will make them turn refugee, fugitives, they will say, fugitives all over the world. So keeping power and whatever it's going to cost at this point with what they have done, what other worse things could come that people would not take? Therefore, we have now been told that the memo to bring more security to these northwest states Today, as you are watching this broadcast, yeah, I said something about Borno. That was 2015, yeah, and that was just a single state. Now you have more than 34 states in Nigeria. In fact, the entire 36 states in Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory, are now feeling the grip of terrorists at in their backyard as we speak. So, but let's just put it this way. Northwest is boiling. Sokoto is the headquarters of the ISWAP. Okay, that is where you have the ISWAP 1, ISWAP 2. And then you see those Niger State, Zamfara. Those are the districts of Turuji, the Fulani terrorist that specializes in mass killings of people who resist its order. I mean, they are capturing lands. The government of Nigeria, the governors of northern Nigeria, they are making it easier for these terrorists to capture lands and areas. And these terrorists are collecting taxes in these areas. So yeah, you have them up north. Now we have been told that since the Constitution, the 1999 fraudulent Constitution says and empowered the President of Nigeria in the time of crisis, yeah, to use what they called martial law. So I have told you this many times, and these are based on events, happenings that we have recorded and kept on, on the loop all the time about what these guys are doing in order to know what they are up to. So put it this way, the government of Nigeria on different occasions, okay, we have eyewitnesses, Nigerian soldiers, many of them who have come out to say on several occasions, they have been given wrong information, to be misled by the powers that be, their own commanders. Rather than go after terrorists, they are diverted to somewhere else. And in some cases, they are diverted to areas where they will be ambushed. They will be wondering, how did they know we are coming? If this was an intel, solid intel. So many, many times we have known that there have been collaborators, there have been sympathizers with these terrorists in different parastatals of government, in different military formation, in all these people who were supposed to keep people safe. But what we didn't know at the time was that the reasons why the politicians would not indeed actually sack and arrest the corrupt service chiefs is because they are doing the biddings of the politicians. You know what? The politicians, your governors and all of them, they have access to these terrorists. This is where it will make sense to you now, okay? Apart from the fact that to know that the terrorists have free hand, they know where they are, and then the government won't go after them. Rather, they will negotiate with them. They'll give them everything they wanted because they are always going to be useful. They used them in 2014, 2015. It worked. So if they have to keep the power, they have to keep the terror. And if they have to keep the power this time around, they just have to increase the terror. So they know them. They interact with them. They communicate with them. The only thing they won't do to the terrorists is to actually, go after them. Hold them responsible for their crimes, because even if they eventually caught them or catch them, you know what happened? They free them, because for a time like this. Now, this is what we have been told. Just a few days ago, the deputy governor of Zamfara, that is Matawale's deputy, came out glowingly, right? Beaming with smiles and a bit of, a lot of satisfaction all over his face. He was so happy to announce to the people of Zamfara, traumatized people of Zamfara. I'm talking about the homeless people of Zamfara, the children who have now become orphans, women who are now widows, men who are now widowers. I'm talking about able-bodied men and women who are now disabled because of the atrocities and the activities of these armed, pampered terrorists. The deputy governor came out to announce that, listen, this notorious terrorist called Turuji Bello, is now on our side. You won't believe it. Just 2 nights ago, he had his own terrorist group, had a clash with another terrorist group, and Turuji group won. They killed all these other terrorists that they ran away. So Turuji is on our side. Can you believe that? Of course you should. APC, Egbekegbe, will not conduct election. The North, you have 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, and then south, which is the Niger Delta. Today, northeast, Borno and Co., right, are under the strong arm rule of state terrorists, Boko Haram. If you turn to the center, north central, they are also under the grip of the Fulani terrorists and ISWAP. If you turn a little bit left to the northwest, Niger, Jigawa, and all these places, yeah, they are those who have raised alarm that there may be no election in their own areas. As you are watching this video, just last year, Malamu raised a memo. It was a security memo. Malamu said, with all the security reports that they have, the entire northern Nigeria can choose not to hold an election. And guess what? They will be right. Boko Haram will be right. Now, here is the twist too. Southeast, a state-sponsored terrorism is going on there, where the politicians who are also in the know of what they stand to gain in the midst of this chaos. Yeah. Then you have the Niger Delta, where the owners of Nigeria current oil that has become a free stealing commodity by the APC, Egbekegbe, the owners of the oil, are called vandals. And if they are not vandals, then they are on the side of the government, protecting the pipelines that is extracting crude oil from their land and then pumping it straight away to the desert country called Niger Republic, while their own children, women, are living in that squalor because of one Nigeria. The crisis there is brewing. I don't know how many of you who have seen this, but I'm going to come back to that northern part. You heard that they give Tompolo the contract that it will be earning 4 billion naira every month by protecting the pipelines that run through all the Niger Delta Creek, where that may be a problem in itself, and you are headed for an election. It is all deliberate. When the place start boiling, it is part of ticking the box. Which areas are we able to conduct election now? They will barely find one region peaceful enough to conduct the election. But I'm still coming back. See these guys, they are angry with the billions of naira that is about to cause war in Niger Delta. No thanks to APC. Egbekegbe, you follow it?
The time where late President Yar'Adua bring peace for this region, in no saying carry everybody along. The people when no agree accept amnesty, self in talk to them. Then the peace can come, oil can they flow well. Now then say make we protect that oil, make the oil flow well. They can say now one man then go give, make it can guide my community. Ain't getting community, I get my community. Ain't be man, me I be man. They no consult me, then say me person can guide my community where pipeline pass. Shell don't do me, Chevron don't do me. Nah, my own is German, 91 can do me. It no go happen. It no go happen, no. Because if they know say all of us now men for this creek where we did, then go call all of us, discuss with us. Now you won't come in another way. Colonial master home pass, multinational home pass. You won't come carry my fellow German, take and enslave me. It no go happen. The pipeline where they talk, he plenty pass from my place, pass the place where they give person to come guide. Now me they go come talk to before they go talk to the other man we get lesser. But if they say equity no good, then person when say equity no good, and he won't come to equity with dirty hand, he go see war.
But do you believe in peace in the Niger Delta?
We don't give peace for Niger Delta before, and we're ready to give peace. But if peace, say na the peace where they go come shit me, na graveyard peace, me I no want am.
And that's just to let you know that they are already putting money in there too. Okay? But what we've now figured out is this. Again, you can never say never. You know what they are doing? As it is now, yeah, one of the things that they raised, the governors, by the way, is this issue of a Muslim ticket, which is strategic. According to their own inside source, APC, Egbekegbe, in 7 years, they have destroyed anything called goodwill that anybody could push out there normally, like cleanly, like, you know. So at this point, what would happen is that if the election is going to hold at all, you see many of those who are currently doing obedient with you, many of them, they are hibernating right there with you. Because one of the things they said, which you know very well, is the fact that whatever money cannot buy in Nigeria, more money will buy it. So therefore, you will only rig where you are popular. So APC, Egbekegbe for Tifnumbu, in their mind, you know what? Keep the crisis in Eastern Nigeria, right? And if possible, right? Even if they allow all of you to probably vote anyway, it won't even amount to this, your 3 Kardashian states from Northern Nigeria, the one that is in reserve. But this time around, it's going to be a different game, right? So they don't have anything to do with the East. They don't have anything to do with the South, Niger Delta and all that. So the plot is stick to the Southwest, where even if you rig there, it will be justified and said, well, you are from there. Now, when you go back up north, right, you see those northwest states, yeah, we need to increase the insecurity there. Because if there's going to be any uprising for the level of insecurity in Nigeria against APC, they should be coming mostly from that part. Any revolt against them, the only way to keep it up is to increase the fear and keep the voter apathy, and enough that, I mean, if they have to postpone it, yes, they will postpone it to another date, which would then make them to gauge all these your reactions, all this your rage. APC must go, APC this or that. So when you are done with all your expression, then they can go back to this hotspots and write their result. As usual, something you've never seen before is about to come to your home screen. And I don't think many of you are prepared. Here is one. As it is ordinarily, let's be honest, okay? Let us be honest. Even if they have millions of people that are ignorantly or selfishly rooting for APC, Egbekegbe, after all of this, yeah? Trust me, if a genuine election is conducted where people are allowed to actually one man, one vote, as they say, yeah, they stand no chance, like for real. But it is not so practically, as you never have an election. More reason why I have told people, if you want to invest anything in Nigeria charade, if you want to invest your emotion, your time, your resources, your everything, please do not invest it in anything that says they want to save Nigeria. You are going to come back drained, completely dejected, drained, shattered, and full of disappointments. And that's why I said I wouldn't invest such. That is why I'm not in any way going to encourage anybody to be part of the charade. But I have no control on what you do or what you don't do. But maybe I can a little bit help you in understanding the choices that they are making you make. Now, here is one. If the insecurity in Nigeria, which was the reasons why many of you bought the idea of change in 2015, it has come or down on you now that rather than at least come out of insecurity, you have been dipped further in that insecurity, as we can see. But put it in another context this way. Yeah, those who choose APC Egbekegbe and will die for them, and those who were in the wait, or let me say in the wait, or let me say probably waiting in the corner or by the corner for a bit of a compensation when people dump APC, they can come for the, which is the PDP over time. If there is no obedience, if there is no revolution now, right? Ordinarily, the people who claim to be standing up for Nigeria whatsoever, you would have found them in different camp of these oppressors to start with. But there is more. What is more? Now we know that it is not about, well, maybe not now. Many of us have known that it is not always about Nigeria. It is always about the interest of those who want to control Nigeria. It doesn't matter the effect of whatever happens to you. They are the people who are like hodging them on. But like I said before, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. But there is more to it as well, which I've now figured out that money is for those who are going to deliver the job, those who are going to lead the shippies to deliver your oppressors to you as you get closer to your 2023 charade. It's not always about that money. It is about their own stake in what is to come out, or what will come out of this when everything, because when everything goes down. Now, usually people thought that Atiku's money was enough to build a base for those who were probably never going to, I'm talking about the northerners who have been under this terrible situation more, security situation, that they will eventually probably settle for another northerner, an Atiku, and then a southerner, Wike, who decided to probably outspend, but eventually got outplayed. So the whole thing now is now coming down to the interests of your oppressors, which in a way is not the interest of many of you. Now let's take a little step back now, because the security situation that should hurt APC, yeah, in this case is about to be turned to work for them, and they are ready to give what the Scottish would call fuck all, which is do whatever you want to do. We know what we're going to do is worse, is wrong, but we're going to do it anyway. And guess what? We are not going to be stopped. So 3 days ago, when we were all laughing, laughing at shit man, the one that said he's a shitty man or Shetima. So shitty man and his jackets, they are caught the attention of the Gen Z that kind of escalated it, and we're all giggling here and there about why we were doing that. And Kolu in the report was being hidden away from the public. His team, they were in London. His team were in London meeting with angry Wike. You know that Wike, who personally met with these northern guys, and in his own mind, as a southerner, right, these people were sincere
in keeping Nigeria united, rotating power enough, at least with the damages done by Bokwari, it will be ideal at this point, right? To let a power rotation that tore that torn the PDP apart to at least heal the country. But that wasn't the plan. They played Wike. When he realized that they played him, after collecting over 500 billion naira from him, yeah, he ran mad. This time around, he's decided to also sink the ship. Now, here is the point. Oh, when you have the obedient who have Obi as their leader, when you see obedient, Obi is their leader, okay? Obi in his own mind knows that when those who came and used him as their leader, they are those who are running away from the atrocities, the destruction, the poverty, corruption, terrorism brought about by the old guards. If you see many people who are following Obi, they will tell you they are running away from the old guards, those who destroyed Nigeria, the old people who stole their future, the old people who have more, that stuff, right? They are running away from PDP, they're running away from APC. But as they are running away from them, yeah, they are the Obi and his team, yeah, they are running back to them, eulogizing them, befriending them. But surprisingly, yeah, the obedient are comfortable with that. To them, it's no big deal. Obi is a very humble man. He's a very respectful man. Obi met with Babangida, the man that annulled the June 12 election, the man that is famous for his own dictatorship. He met with him. He called him national leader. What did they do? Wow, Obi is, he has to consult. When Obi needs to consult with people, he had to consult with the destroyers of Nigeria. When Obi needs to mingle, to see, the elders, the elder statesmen, they are what? They are the destroyers of Nigeria. But again, listen, I'm not saying you shouldn't take a piece at this point, okay? I'm just trying to let you know that when you see red flags, when it is convenient for you, you don't see it as a red flag, as a typical Nigerian. I understand you, okay? You want the best for Nigeria. You are investing your emotion. You are investing your time. You are investing everything. And there's nothing wrong in that. Only that you won't be the first to feel like the way you are feeling right now. And you are not likely going to be the last. You are also not going to be the first who is going to come back here in 6 months' time full of regrets, as much as you probably won't like me tell you that. But here are the red flags. The destroyers, starting with Wike. Wike is despised by the obedient. You know why? To push Obi out of PDP, the person who started it was no other person than Wike. Wike felt like in Nigeria, it is hypocrisy to say they give shishi and then you will win election. Now to him, that's to Wike, that's hypocrisy. And at this point, where the reality is that if you have not kept billions, mostly stolen, you cannot defeat the political cabals, the political establishment, which is the PDP and APC, and the products, their products, who happen to be, in most cases, if you figure it out, some of them are your uncles, they are your aunties, they are product of APC, PDP, they are beneficiary of the rotten system, they are part of the establishment. You are never going to say you're not going to give shishi. To Wike, you won't say you won't give shishi, and you will defeat that. So he started the campaign to decimate the Obi's influence in PDP. As an obedient that you are, originally, this angered many of them. In fact, when Wike ridiculed Obi in Anambra, that didn't go down well with the obedient. Fast forward to when Obi now joined Labour Party. At this point, yeah, where the Wike don't receive his own breakfast. Obedience celebrated it. Yes, yes, they have served him the breakfast. Now, where the Wike is now a wounded dog that is ready to even bite his own owner. Now, to the obedient, it is a welcome development. In fact, some of them, they are dreaming that they are very sure Wike is going to work for Obi. Okay. Because they want him to. I'm very sure Babangida is obedient, is already obedient. He's going to work for Obi. They are so happy, so happy that Obasanjo is obedient. Okay? That Obasanjo is contributor to what you are currently suffering in Nigeria today doesn't really matter. Forget about that one. Do you understand? But here is the red flag. While we were laughing at Shetima, the shitty man, in London, Wike was meeting with the people of Kolu. What were they discussing? I mean, Wike is PDP. Seyi Makinde is PDP. The one from Benue is PDP. Every one of them like that, they are PDP, including Donald Duke. But guess what? They have been in London now for over 1 week. Why? Wike is now the beautiful bride. Atiku, they look for him. Obi, they look for him. Kolu, they look for him. So Wike now they London. So they said, come. We would do trade by barter. We are not going to touch your base. Because according to Wike, apart from Tambua serving him breakfast, collecting all of his money, and then disgracing him at a PDP convention, he pay nam. I can tell you this free of charge, and you know it. To make the matter worse, they now teased Wike that they have spoken to Atiku. Atiku will make him deputy or vice president, only for that ticket to also cut. So at that point, Wike became the bull inside the China shop, ready to root anything. And Atiku and gang, who are typical northern politicians, they also had their plans on how to decimate Wike himself. First move they made, they went around him. They decided to pick some of his loyalists, took them to Abuja, or make them offer, listen, if you work with us, PDP, we can take over PDP, and this guy is not going to be governor again under 10 months or so. Work with us. When Wike heard about that, he raised the alarm. He said, Chena, so this person go win election. We go see him. After that, Tifnumbu and gang, deal makers. You know, if you want to dine with the devil, you must have a long spoon. Tifnumbu and gang, they dined with the devil in the north. And this time around, they dine with the short spoon. Somehow, they have now inherited a dying, calamitous, deadly party. Now, whatever it's going to take to give it a life, including talking to Wike, is a welcome development. So, let's go back to London. In London, they met with Wike. We'll let you keep your territory. Listen, we may let you just keep the status you have without challenging or rigging anything there. We know PDP are going to come for you, but we can give you a safety net. You don't need to decamp. We just want 1 or 2 South states, Niger Delta states. If you give us rivers, yeah, and then we have Ayade in Cross River. Listen, we don't need to win there. We just need you. What do you want? Wike is yet to respond before Atiku team left NBA conference in Lagos that same evening to Paris. They said that Seyi Makinde and the rest of them should come down to France. That was supposed to be 2 days ago or thereabout, Abi? Yeah, 2 days ago. So the Atiku team, they have been in France since then. But guess what? Peter Obi, after the NBA meeting and his own team, they have been invited to America to come and talk about how Peter Obi is going to fix Nigeria, how he's going to restructure, but I'm still coming to that part as well. Oh. But surprisingly, the Seyi Makinde and co, they were supposed to travel down to France and see Atiku. They are still in London. With the pictures that appeared today, what was that? Obi, OBASANJO, and this crew, they are meeting in London as well. Now, listen to me, all this you have heard, though, but what are the political meaning of all of this? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Presently, many people believe that Obi is a distraction. In fact, in the camp of Kolu, they personally believe that Peter Obi and the rest of every one of them that you are seeing right now, by December, I'm not me, not them, and some of you have told them to dream on, okay? But here is the point, that eventually, when they say their own jungle will mature, you will see PDP governors that are already signing up for Kolu. I told you, if you think it's going to be about the emotion and the rest of that, you should begin to wait for it. Now, by that December, their plan is, you see so many of those who are key people that some of you are giving attention to in your obedient as it is right now movement, you begin to see them begin to explain to you the areas that are obvious will never give you Nigeria as obedient are dreaming it. The following are the areas. You see, in northern Nigeria, by December, you will begin to know how that ticket is going to. You know it already. Some of you are already, you have obedient in northern Nigeria. Let me tell you one instance, a quick one. For APC, Egbekegbe, to demarket Obi, they have to call him IPOB. In northern Nigeria, you see, you in southern Nigeria, now you de shalaye. Are you with me? Now, they shalaye, they explain, and all of that. You see, in northern Nigeria, as we speak, you have those who are obedient, Abi. And if you look at their track record, they are, as recent as 3-4 months ago, they are rooting for APC, defending all the atrocities of APC, Egbekegbe. Some of them are with PDP, and they are rooting for PDP. And when it comes to North versus South, if you go back to their track records, many of them have taken positions to let you know Northern Nigeria is meant to rule over you, the Southerner. You see this mentality these days, when you look at the Obi movement, and all of you who are doing it with your hearts, mostly from Southern Nigeria, this mentality of the North is born to rule you. Many of you are feeling like you are beginning to erase that. The North, the South, the Muslim, the Christian, the Hausa, the Fulani, the Igbos, everybody are obedient. You are about to learn the worst political experience of your life if you are that naive. Now, here it is. As the terrorists are doing their atrocities in northern Nigeria, if you look at the global space, if you look at the internet, if you look at the media, local and foreign, you will realize that the most outspoken group of people against this terrorism going on in Nigeria, against these human rights abuses in Nigeria, against these kidnappings in Nigeria, against this corruption in Nigeria, majority of those who are speaking up Standing against them, they are Southerners. They are mostly you and me, if you are watching me from the South. In Northern Nigeria, they kind of love to separate it. They agree there are terrorism. They agree that the terrorists are being pampered. They agree that they are losing their own, their people to these terrorists. They agree that the poverty level has skyrocketed. They agree that youth unemployment is at the worst of the worst you can imagine. They agree to all of this, but they will never agree in all totality, unanimously, is that do not blame their leaders. Do not blame their clerics. Do not blame those who are responsible. In fact, even if you have to blame anyone, please do not blame Boko Haram. For 7 years, they did that. Some of them, in order to feel better, they decided to turn every conversation, be it economy, on security, on this impunity, the imbalance and the injustice in the system. When you raise any of these points, they will easily turn them to tribal war. They will begin to turn them to class war. They turn them to religious conversation. They did this deliberately for 7 years. But after all the party primaries, suddenly they are obedient. Listen to me very well and listen very, very carefully. The hypocrisy in Nigeria is always obvious. But you see that your own emotional intelligence, especially if you are a Southerner, especially if you are those who believe in Jesus, the Christian, the ones that love forgiveness. The Lord Jesus taught us forgiveness. We must forgive and forget. Listen to me very well. That is your own weakness. I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive. I'm talking about the emotion that you attach to this, your forgiveness. Oh, I have never seen a Northerner. But they said this person is a former Buharist. They told you somebody is a Buharist. And they said the person is a repentant Buharist. And you can't catch feelings. You are saying Nigeria will be great one day. I know it. I believe it. Nigeria is going to be great one day because one person from Buhari camp, APC, Egbekegbe, the political party that spent billions of propagandas on Igbos versus Yoruba, propagandas on Igbos versus Fulani versus Hausa, propagandas that keep us apart, not united, propagandas that kept us poorer and divided. Yeah? And they have their followers, their disciples, people who said they will kill for them. I'm talking about people who actually raised up arms against their own fellow citizens, who stood against police brutality. But they pick up arms, stones and sticks, and they came after their own fellow citizens. They inflicted injuries on you because they felt like you standing up against this establishment in whatever capacity is standing against their leaders, standing against Nigeria. And if they kill you for it, there is no crime in it. Yeah? Then suddenly, they have repented. Oh, they are now obedient. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he's obedient. Nigeria is going to be great one day. I see a Nigeria where Hausa, Fulani, Igbos, Yorubas, Ijos, Insecurity, Christians, Muslims, young, old, rich, poor, all of these visions that so many of you are seeing, then you begin to see vision because of one repentant Buharist. And you don't know if they are just carrying you handicap. We won't be a handicap. Bible taught us to be forgiving. Bible taught us to love one another. Bible taught us, Bible this, Bible that. God this, God that. And at the end of the day, you always come back. Don't be waiting and told you about Boko Haram be that. Repentant dictator. A former dictator. Somebody who participated in the genocide of 1967 to 1970. The one they call the Nigerian Civil War. The one you should know. as the worst ethnic genocidal war ever staged in any part of the world. I mean, that saw over 7 million people killed for no just reason. They told you he's repented. He's now a new man. He loved Nigeria. Look at your life today. Now, let me tell you one incident. When they killed people during the EndSARS, young, innocent people, APC, Egbekegbe denied it. Their own suffering and smiling, humbled slaves, they denied it. They doubled down. Lekki never happened. Nigeria is doing better. Nigeria is safe. Only the wailing wailers are wailing. Who are the wailing wailers? The Nigerians that are being killed, the Nigerians that are being kidnapped, the Nigerians that are losing their businesses, the Nigerians that are losing their jobs, the Nigerians that are losing their savings, the Naira that is losing its value, the country that is being enveloped by terrorists. When you complain, you were considered a wailer. As if to say, the Nigeria APC created, the El Dorado they created, their humbled slave followers, home and abroad, are living in them. And the rest of you, you are living elsewhere, not the Nigeria of Bokwari. They were suffering. To make the matter worse, over the years, those who were supporting APC, Egbekegbe, those who called the Lekki toll gate killing a lie, they suffered. Nigeria too. Nigeria happened to them. But see, as una always they catch your feeling. And I feel sorry, Sha. You will see them. They will jump out from their pit hole, from their shit hole. APC, Egbekegbe, social media bandit, Facebook adsmen, they will jump out. I regret voting for APC. And Nigerians should forgive me. Please forgive me. I regret that I brought this calamity upon you. They have kidnapped my brother. They have killed the entire people in my village. Our people are now in refugee camp. Our APC, I regret supporting you. I regret voting for you in 2015 and 2019. It did not regret no jack shit. They don't regret. Do you know the meaning of humbled slave? The people who have given up life. They don't fight it. This is it. Suffering and smiling Nigeria, this is it. Worshipping criminals and then licking the asses of the same criminals and even ready to die for them. This is it. Fighting it is completely ungodly. Humbled slaves. You know what I mean? They've accepted. Then suddenly they came out. No, they regret nothing. They don't regret anything. They just want you to give them some emotional support. The country is hard. People are suffering. Any little emotional support they can get from you because they regret nothing. Go out there. Like I told you, Nigerians, they love their oppressors differently. So when you see any of them that crawl out of their own shithole, telling you how much APC has affected them, how life is hard for them, they regretted following APC, don't fall for it. They just want you to invest more emotional investment in them and say, okay, I suppose cost you. You know, say it's not supposed better for you, Sha. But now that they have kidnapped your brother or they have killed your people in your village, we didn't want you. Anyway, go and sin no more. Bible said we should forgive. Bible said we should this and that. They just want your emotional investment. When they are done with you, they will knock you up again. Something happened, like I said. Everybody is becoming obedient after APC, PDP primaries. You didn't pay attention, Abi? Maybe you didn't. Like I said, your emotion, which is always here. If you dey look for people to get emotional investment from, go to Nigerians. They have them in abundance. They know they lose them. That is why most of them are dying young now. Or do you not know? Many young people are dying today in Nigeria. I mean, today, young people are now suffering from the old people sicknesses. Exactly. Hypertension, sleeplessness, insomnia, all these things that old people are suffering from. Now, suicide, 18, 19, 25-year-old young men and women, they are tired of life. Like the country hard. If you know manage your emotion, by the time then steal them from you, now so you go turn out and begin the course. Nigeria. This Nigeria can never be better again. Baba, it's no different from us telling you the same thing. If you invest some of you are investing your emotion in this obi now, Abi. Okay. Just wait for it. One guy came out. He called the Igbos. He said, in Nigeria, let us be honest, Fulanis are the most superior tribe or ethnic in Nigeria. He's talking about the ethnic or the tribe that are less than 10 million all over Nigeria. However, they have political leverage. He said the Fulanis are the superior. After them comes the Yorubas. After Yorubas comes the cows. After the cows comes the Igbos. And people like that are many. If you are a southerner and you are from Igbo land, you are an IPOB member to a northerner, whether he is a Christian or a Muslim. Don't be deceived though. You are an IPOB member. And they are taught every day of their life to be scared of you. And they should do anything and everything to make sure that they never give you a breathing space. If you don't know this, I am sorry for you. One Nigeria lie will catch up with you. Continue to hope. This young man was everywhere. He said cows are more valuable than Igbos in Nigeria. If you kill one cow, he said they will kill 100 Igbos. He bragged about everywhere. He said this all everywhere. Then from nowhere, boom. I hate this Buhari government. This Buhari government is the worst government ever in Nigeria. This Buhari government is... What happened, mister? They have kidnapped my brother. His brother happened to be, according to him, one of the victims of the Kaduna-Abuja railway passengers that were kidnapped since March 28, 2022. Hey, can't see emotional investment too. And as usual, can't see the Banco Nigerians. It's, congratulations, so your brother no go come back. Oh. Don't say that. Let us remember that God said, forgiveness is my this and that. Atiku chapter 4 times 8. Don't say that. God is the God of God that can all of that. Everybody can't invest emotion. The guy saw opportunity. He said, the kidnappers are asking for ransom. We no get money. Government don't abandon my brother. The family is sad. The family has been crying. Everybody is very, very sad. Our brother, they are going to kill our brother. God, see, they are beating my brother on camera. Nigerians, look at what Bukwari have done to me. This was the same guy who spent a lot of time with many of them. They said, now the IPOB sponsored NSAS. And the people that died or killed your IPOB, including your own brothers and sisters that were killed in Lagos, they were this same boy. And according to it, they will kill any Igbos that tried anything. And in fact, it is better to let a cow be the president of Nigeria than let an Igbo man be president of Nigeria. Omona, the Igbo people can't invest emotional. Let us remember. Don't let us be like them. Jesus told us in Leviticus chapter 8, verse 13 times says whatever, or this and that chapter, this and then the multiple whatever. Everybody was there, and I was just like, hey, see people. If you said anything otherwise, you are a devil. You are a Satan. Look at this guy. Are you human at all? Of course, now we know he's a despicable human being. But again, you shouldn't treat them like that. He's a repentant person. He's just repented. Oh, repentant Facebook bandits, social media ads man. Okay, that's new. Omanobi, so people started giving him money because the terrorists wanted money. Before you know, it's how much the terrorists wanted. They want 100 million. In 2 days, so people donated money in millions of naira for this boy to knock everybody out. He said, Atiku is a thief that only criminals, thieves, excuse me, who don't love Nigeria would leave APC. Yeah, we know APC has failed. We know APC is a mess. APC has disappointed all of us. But Atiku, you want to go and choose Atiku? We, the Northerners, we know why we didn't choose Atiku. Atiku is this, Atiku, blah, 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 blah. Omo. Now, so the obedient saw chance, so let us convert this boy. Bless it, this boy, they go through our time. Let's show him love. Let's show him love. Let's show him love. My brother, we know that your people in northern Nigeria that agree with you that we are infidels. We are people who can never lead Nigeria. We are people that everybody should be scared of. Southerners are this or that. But don't worry, we love you. We are people who love. We love, Send accounts. The guy collected all the money. Obedient, some of them, they regret inside. Some of them are expressed that they regretted, right? Others are saying, me, I just did my own for God. I just did my own. You see, God will judge him. God, no, they judge anybody. Don't let anybody come to lie to you that, you see, they told you, God will judge all these people. God, no, they judge anybody. Are you with me? Now, your mumu, they fuel them. The day you realize that you have been scammed about Nigeria, do you know the anger that will be in you? The flame of anger that will be in you. It will never be, no one will be able to contain it for you. Just 1 week, the guy don't cash out, go buy a new car. And the next thing, the guy said, before that, before knocking every one of them at Paco, you know what he did? He said, it's like it's time for me to start promoting OB. It's like it's time for me to start promoting this OB in the north. This Peter Obi is going to be our future. This why we will promote Obi. God, you are so great. God, you are wonderful. I said, my dream. I saw it. I knew it. These northern Nigeria people, they are good. They are lovely people. It's because of their leaders who mislead. Money. To cut the long story short, the guy collected money, buy car, and everything. The guy just declared for Atiku. How can they trust an Igbo man to be president of Nigeria? Now, I am only advising you. I'm not trying to hurt you or kind of hurt your feelings. I know now you get your emotion. Now you get your this thing. Now you go decide where you want to invest them. Nobody me go tell you what you go do. I just tell you, say, karma, where they talk. It be like, say, too far, now una they settle now up. Every time you begin to jump up and down, when they say they want to rescue Nigeria, and you begin to say, I love my country, I have to do this, we have to do this, Baba, won't fake buy any. anything about let's come together, let's unite this, let's anything, all of those things. Won't fake buy any. And if it is you, now you could know if you want to invest your emotion or not. And they called the boy was popping, I was popping. Omo, the guy just boom, they told you everybody. He would rather go with his brother Atiku. There are many of them like this. They are currently they are mobilizing for you. They are doing 1 million march here and there. You are hoping for one Nigeria to sure. It may sound like I'm discouraging. I'm not discouraging you. I'm telling you about Nigeria. Okay? You know what is called BLLB? BLLB. No, it's not. It's not law. It's not law certificate. It's a Yoruba certificate for people that we call Adorumoti. So people that whatever you say to them, they don't agree, they don't believe, they have their own belief, and they follow their belief. When they now realize that everything done Bafuka, there is a certificate for that. It's called BLLB. Boshe Law Loshebo. Unfortunately, APC that will carry you to where you don't know. By the time if you are lucky to come back to get BLLB, now loco, because even BLLB said you know go get them. Because nobody as you go come back. Ask those who started the journey of APC Egbe 15 years ago. Some of them are dead. Some of them are in kidnappers' den today. Yeah? So if anybody is asking you to come and invest emotionally, let us rescue Nigeria. Let us save Nigeria. Baba, it is not your job to save Nigeria. Because the people in charge of Nigeria don't want Nigeria to be saved. Are you following me? The division in Nigeria is obvious. The level of injustice in Nigeria that has created different kind of dissent all over the place are enough. They are just like time bomb. And they continue to grow. This division continues to grow. The people that are supposed to need them in the board, as it is, they are those who are fueling them, because in this chaos, in this poverty, in this underdevelopment, in this whole crisis of identity, in this whole thing, lies the power, because in them lies the control. You have no idea. So they met in London. They met in London this time around. Where Wike, how are you? What are you doing here? How far? This is Obi now. You these people. If you are not careful, Atiku will be your president. But waiting Obi get to offer. I don't know. Maybe they are making the offer on his behalf. As for Tifnumbu, he know the delay. Are you with me? Apart from the money that is going to be available, you see those of them who are currently parading themselves as obedient, after they use you to mobilize the crowd, nobody said they go carry you, go give PDP, so it's not that. They don't care. Gradually, you will begin to see all of them begin to fall into place. You know why? No be only money then they offer them. As you they watch, the people who are going to be to get this appointment, that appointment, this oil block, that oil block, this contract, that contract, these are the bargaining chips right now. And as it be, even if Kolu, Tifnumbu, if in the stretcher like this, and in the German hospital or French hospital in France or somewhere in the UK, ladies and gentlemen, you are preparing for election, Abi. They are negotiating your future. And at the end of the day, you will participate. If they hold anyone, you will participate in that your own election you want to. But they will give you the result as it should be. Now, where your liver go cut be this. They are all the same. They are all friends. And it is easier to jebure awolubebe when it comes to this Nigeria, now una they catch feeling. Now they get emotion. Because now una be the victims, abi. But as you now they mobilize, register to do this and that. Your own owners, the owners of Nigeria, including Peter Obi himself and his own backer, what are they doing? They are negotiating. The best negotiator will be the one that the entire system will then collapse behind. You will just be those to validate that. Now, here is the point. Kalu is the one making the best offer now. Because you and I know. Abi, una know they give shishi. Peter Obi, you won't expect him now to go and meet this cabal that is meeting and only to just have a cup of tea with them. Then he's going to be your president. You think that's how it is? Is that what you think? Yeah? Now, you won't think or you won't expect your Peter Obi to say, I will give you oil block. You will keep your oil block here. You will keep your this. Or you, the governor, don't worry, you will not be probed about all your looting. Give and take, bargaining, which is going on right now. You won't expect Obi to say, go do all of that for them, Abi? Right. You won't expect that, Abi. And he's going to be your president because you are going to vote for him. They have already mapped out all your votes for you, in case if you don't know. Okay? You see that Southwest, as you are becoming obedient and all of that, some of those who are moving and parading as obedient today, by December, by January, you will begin to see them in their true color. Ask me where they interact with people who are championing Yoruba Nation for the past 2 years. The last 3 months, I can tell you the number of those who are now Yoruba Nation, this and that, their numbers are dwindling. Have you asked yourselves why? Have you asked yourself what are they selling to them? What are they offering them? Is it money? Is it for Gary? Is it for beans? Is it for Dudu? What are they offering them? By January, you will figure it out. Everybody can be obedient on now. I'm not discouraging you. I'm telling you the dirty part of that Nigeria politics that some of you are ignoring, even if it's staring you right there in your faces. You are seeing it right here, but something is telling you to create a different story because no, it mustn't be like that. Kalu is ready to give anything. Person who considered Muslim ticket is ready to give anything, even if it's going to be on a stretcher in London, even if they are going to announce him as your president. In 2023, while he is there, chained or plugged to the bed, you will just scream, you will scram, you will scrum, you will scrum, you will scra, you will do everything you can. Last year, you go put cover on top your hanger. Yes. If you think you have a way around this. Again, no. If what I said is to discourage you, maybe I am just helping you to know better than what you are currently saying. So this guy that obedient felt like is now obedient. Is obedient. The guy go buy car. The guy can't say, Atiku. And you know why? Like I said, if you put aside your emotion, okay, right now, you will know that when the time comes in northern Nigeria, the way they always scheme it, they will all queue behind one other. And so you go sit down for that your room. After all the 8 months obedient, and all of that stuff for your election, right? And so you go sit down there. They see Jigawa. 1.8 million Tifnumbu. 1 million Atiku. 32,000 Obi. Right there in that your room where you witness 2 million man march, 1 million man march, one this and that. And so you go sit down there, you go on the wonder. What did they happen? Oh? So okay, well, that place, although that place is their territory. Now, so you go sit down there, you will see it that this is daylight robbery. This is pure robbery. They will record it. All of you will won't get camera and you will record tire. You will do all of that. Then you will understand Nigeria. Maybe you would then probably have to agree that you cannot save Nigeria because all of una go shout obedient till then. And you go consider the results for January or for February. And you will realize that why did Northern Nigeria, how come they still do this for APC or for PDP? The answer is in that detail that you are avoiding right now. Are you with me? Enjoy the fun while it lasts. Because the criminals, looting and destroying Nigeria, they know what they have done. And they cannot just let that pass. It's not just going to go away. Do you really think Malamu won't need some level of cover to live his life after APC? Do you really think so? Malamu participated in an illegal international crime called extraordinary rendition. It is like going on the street somewhere in the world, and then you just put a hood, a black hoodie on someone, and then you take them off the street, just like that, and then you put them in a plane, and you fly them down to Nigeria. That is kidnapping, state-sponsored kidnapping. That is a crime. Guess what? They know those who participated in that. They have their names. And the person who sanctioned it, no other person than Malamun, the Attorney General of Nigeria. Now, you have been hearing about Abacha loot, haven't you? Well, Abacha, that Bokwari told you, stole no dime. Abacha never stole a dime, Bokwari said. But under APC, under this Bokwari's government, Abacha has been so generous from the grave. Yeah, he's been so generous from the grave. Every time Nigeria complain about no money, Abacha will show up from the grave and he will just credit Nigeria. But unfortunately, in 7 years of APC, with over $4.5 billion returned to Nigeria by different institutions all over the world as Abacha loots. Unfortunately for Nigerians, the loots have been relooted by the Bokwari Kaba, led by Malamu, the Attorney General of Nigeria. Malamu put together a team. Immediately they came in 2015. They called them looted fund recovery team. Then he put a legal team aside as well. Guess what? Malamu is meant to be the head of the legal team for Nigeria. And there are lawyers in the office of the Attorney General of Nigeria. Lawyers, professional lawyers, SANS and all that. Their job is to defend Nigeria in any case. Not to hire any lawyer elsewhere. Not to pay for anybody elsewhere. They are paid for in the Ministry of Justice, led by the Minister of Justice, Attorney General of Nigeria, who happened to be the Malamu. Now, what did Malamu do? When the rest of the world, who decided that Bokwari's government will need a lot of money, by the way, to run his own new government in 2015, we will give back all the money this kleptomania Abacha stole. We'll give them back to you, but we would like accountability, please. So they told the EFCC, Malamu put a team together. Then the lawyers, who did nothing, right? Not from the office of the Attorney General, the lawyers hired by Malamu. One of them is Ned Nwoko. Well, that's aside anyway. However, working for Malamu, these lawyers started charging percentage of the return for return their loot. So simply put, Whenever they returned Abacha loot to Nigeria, Malamu has a legal team that get paid 18% of that money. Alaye, millions of dollars are going into the hands of a small group of lawyers put aside by Malamu to take their cut from Abacha loot before everyone else loot the rest. Ask Malamu. You know, you would expect the Ministry of Finance or the Minister of Finance to come back and give account of the returned loot. How much? And what did they do with the money? Well. I remember this very well. That APC, Egbekegbe, in 2014, 2015, they said one of the things they were going to do with the loot that they are going to recover from looters, PDP and every one of them who looted your money, was to invest that money in education and infrastructure. Now, that's how they scammed you. Abacha loot that they have returned to Nigeria as under APC, Egbekegbe, is now over $4.5 billion, right? Now, if you put that into exchange rate of Nigeria, trust me, that is at least that should be over 2 trillion naira. How much is ASU asking for again? 1.2 trillion naira, right? Now, imagine if indeed all Abacha loot is invested since 2015 in education. You are likely never going to suffer what you are suffering right now as a young person staying at home for the past 6 months. Listen to me. That would probably never have happened. It wouldn't have happened because ASU won't be on strike. Infrastructures in your schools indeed would have improved. But for 7 years, you know the story. You do, right? Now, Abacha loot could have helped to build at least a 1,000-bed hospital, 7 1,000-bed hospitals across, put it this way, being generous, 6 1,000-bed hospitals, fully equipped with modern equipment, medical equipment, serviced by trained, well-paid medical personnel. I'm talking about thousands of them in 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria, which Yorubaland would have benefited. 1,000-bed hospital. That money gone down the drain. Guess who was explaining how they spend the money? Malamu, Attorney General of Nigeria, was the one who came out. Where is Abacha loot? We have used the money. We have invested that money in infrastructure, in power. Wait, that's not being specific. I remember when they returned one Abacha loot, and Pastor Ruga was still prominent then. It wasn't always, being hidden as they are doing to him right now. It was everywhere. Pastor Ruga came out and he said, well, listen, economic team, they returned Abacha loot of $240 million. $240 million of Abacha loot. And Pastor Ruga said they were going to share the money. They needed to share the money to poor people. Right? And in that same breath, the Nigerian government was appealing to the World Bank to loan them $150 million so that they can use that money to tackle polio and malaria. Yes. They returned Abacha loot, $240-something million. Pastor Ruga said they will share it to poor people in Nigeria. In fact, listen, we have put a plan in place and we are going to share this money to 20,000 households. Some will collect 5,000 naira, some will collect 20,000 naira. And in that same breath, Nigeria government is asking World Bank to borrow them $150 million to tackle polio and malaria in Nigeria. So they just gave them, they said they invested Abacha loot in wealth, in infrastructure. But guess what? The Lagos-Ibadan Railway was from the money that they borrowed from China. And therefore they have to pay back. The Kaduna-Abuja Railway is from the money they borrowed from China. They have to pay back. Yeah? I don't know. The other one that we decided to point out is this
what they call it? Second Niger Bridge. Have you seen this scam? Well, let me show you something. APC, when they came in, they did something. They called it PPP. No, sorry. PDP did something they called it PPP, and their plan was to build a second Niger Bridge, a second Niger Bridge that would have railway, rail track, a train track, right, on both sides, and it's going to be kind of higher so that they would dredge the river Niger in order to allow international ship line to barge in around that area, and they can open up the port there, create millions of jobs. But PDP, they didn't do it. So what they did was that they were going to pay. In fact, hang on. This is what happened. Let me tell you what happened. So Julius Baja will be the contractor to build this, okay? So Julius Baja was going to partner with Nigeria. But here is what Nigeria would do. Nigeria would pay a startup funding. I don't know the name they gave to it, but that funding is like committer funding, okay? Which is, we then make the investors in this bridge, right? To move to site, contractors, every one of them, and the partners, their partners, will then fund the bridge, right? So they put the entire construction of the bridge with the track at 118 billion naira. Okay, so PDP, Jonathan, that was 2014. PDP, Jonathan paid 18 billion. So then the work was supposed to start. Well, good luck Egbere Jonathan lost the election in 2015. And Bokwari came in. Just like what he did in 84, when he overthrew the democratically elected government in Nigeria then, and he cancelled the Lagos Metro, the Metro line. What he did with second Niger Bridge was to cancel it. No. We can't build that. Cancel it. There's corruption. So they now renegotiated it. In that renegotiated deal, yeah, the second Niger Bridge is now going to be just like any normal bridge. There's not going to be any passage for ship or building it to get higher and all of that stuff for that purpose. No. There's not going to be a train track on both sides anymore. Okay? In fact, the amount of the construction, I'm talking about 2015. Oh, this is not 2022. 2015, when they came in, they canceled the contract. Then by 2018, they now said they want to renegotiate it, to restart it. Remember that Nigeria already paid 18 billion before. So that money, I don't know what happened to it anyway. They renegotiated it. This time around, it didn't come with any track. They didn't build it to get higher enough. They didn't dredge the river enough to allow any ship sailing and all of that. No. In fact, the amount of money they needed to build the bridge, quadrupled. Because I don't know how much you say. If a cost of a bridge with train track, everything on it, was put at 118 billion in 2014. But in 2018, it skyrocketed to over 400 billion naira. And this time around, there is no train track. And also, there will be a toll gate. A toll gate will be put on it. But they built something similar in Benue. It's still under construction. Or they are telling the people of Eastern Nigeria to be thankful, to be grateful, that at least Shebi Buhari is building this one. Now, this was something that was supposed to have the train tracks on both sides of this bridge. It was meant to be taller and higher than this. Yeah? And there was no projection of any toll gates at the time of... because why would you even put toll gates when people there are paying taxes? Yeah? Anyway, they said they should be grateful and thankful. PDP kuku no duam. And you should be grateful to Bokwari. Now, the bridge never ready, but the toll gates they ready. as we speak, 400 billion naira is going into it. And those who invested their money, of course, they will need their money back. The question you should be asking yourselves is that what happened to your taxes? Because they built something similar in local or whether in Benue State, somewhere around Benue. This is a bridge, right? With a river that is not as deep as what River Niger is. But look at this construction. This one is in Benue State. There's no toll gate. This is a 2.2 kilometer long bridge. Are you with me? Longer than the second Niger bridge, by the way, and built on a swamp and then a river. Now, this is a second Niger bridge. Okay? So, this is a river that is not far from Onitsha, the commercial hub center, of eastern Nigeria, where majority of the traders there, they have to travel down to Lagos to come and use the seaport in Lagos for their clearing. And, you know what I mean? Travel down the road, a terrible road of Nigerian roads, the extortion on the road and all that. But look at this bridge and its commercial value to this one, the height. Can you feel that? I'm not saying this one is high enough to take any kind of, big ship, right? But this is what they have, and there is no toll gate there. Meanwhile, back in the east, they put this up. I just thought I should raise that. Abacha loot could have gone, because Abacha stole the money. He stole the money from the people of southern Nigeria, from oil money. Do you want to know how Abacha money is everywhere? I'll tell you. Majority of these northern governors that you see today, senators, past and present, many of them were money. They are like money carriers for Abacha government, because back then, Nigeria was considered a pariah state. There were sanctions on Nigeria crude oil. So trading with Nigeria was completely like illegal. So what happened? There was nowhere for Nigeria to sell our crude oil. There were nowhere for Nigeria to sell our resources in most cases other than black markets. And in this black market, including crude oil, the people who were able to run the businesses for them, they are not government officials. So they were your uncles, aunties who just made sudden money all of a sudden. And many of them, including Yorubas, Igbos, and the rest, so they were money back for Abacha. So some of this money, when Abacha died, and those who knew some of these money bags, who knew where they were keeping some of this money, they allotted some of these countries, right? And Obasanjo, in fact, they allotted Obasanjo. Obasanjo allotted some of these countries. When Obasanjo was asking for debt forgiveness, he was telling them what he knew about stolen money from Nigeria. Money that were diverted, crude sale and the rest, that were diverted into private accounts, personal accounts, other faceless, offshore accounts like that. The information were given to Obasanjo at the time. So this was how Abacha loot had been discovered here and there. And those who were stealing the money or putting the money away for Abacha at the time, some of them are your state governors, past and present, lawmakers, and the rest that you are looking forward to change Nigeria or make Nigeria better. Just same way some of you will be happy, as it is. So Abacha loot could probably have built second Niger bridge to standard, make life easier for you, create jobs, indeed, right there in eastern Nigeria, reduce tension, reduce insecurity, and possibly convince them more that they are part of Nigeria. But of course, that's going to be a discussion for another time. A lengthy one it will be. Anyway, I just thought I should mention that. So this second Niger bridge now is a political campaign where, if you know the story, if you know what they have done to you, honestly speaking, you will never be happy with Nigeria. All these are happening because the rogues who control the levels of power, they are still in control. And some of you are like disagree with the system, especially obedient. Some of you are seeing the red flag. The same people you are running away from are the same people you are indirectly running to.
asking them to please save you from the same cabal that forced you to run after and go after, Obi. If you don't see the red flag, begin to pay attention. And in fact, don't pay attention. Just do you. I go make tea. I won't take calls. If you have been part of this from the start and you want to have your own voice, listen to me. You can call in. It is just WhatsApp call only, right? Apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, our billboards are back. Okay, our billboard for the awareness of the Yoruba sovereign nation. Why you as a Yoruba man, you should not be offended when somebody tells you you deserve better and you can be in charge of your own affairs and save yourself from all these headaches and threats that Nigeria represents. Sending this message of love, courage, inclusion, and invitation is back. And like I told you days ago, that I was going to release some fund for that. So some of our billboards are back now. If you are driving along any part of a Yoruba busy road, you will come across them. If you can stop, take pictures and walk away. Some said they are going to be making flyers of this, of these billboards. I said that would be amazing. Some are also, it's also open. If you really want to sponsor them in your own areas as well, you can be in touch and do that. Kí Yorùbá dá dúró, kì í ṣèjà o. Because ká parapọ̀ mọ́ Nàìjíríà kì í ṣe látinú wa. Nobody was invited. No Yorubas were invited to that table where the decision was made that we still want to be part of this contraption. If you haven't asked that question before, if they have conditioned you never to ask that, some of us are not, and we're going to continue to ask that question. And again, on this platform, that is also an update. Also, there's someone on this platform who will really it's coming on Saturday. They are looking for their family members, especially this person is looking for a father who traveled down to Europe sometime in his life. Then had a relationship with someone there as well that produced a daughter. This daughter is now a woman that really feels like she needs to find her route back to Yoruba land. And I'm going to be bringing her on this weekend. So she's going to tell her story. Also, I'm going to bring somebody on this weekend as well. This one is SOS, where we're going to reach out and help people who need our help. For those who always love to give, this time around, it is about life and death. But don't go anywhere. Let me make my tea. When I get back, I'll take calls for as long as time will permit us tonight. But before I come back, don't worry. Don't forget, you can still like that broadcast. You can still share it. In fact, you can subscribe if you haven't. And then when I get back, we will continue.
Anyway, I thank you so much for staying back, to everyone who stayed back. But I already have a caller, by the way. Here we go. Hello there, Baba.
Yeah. Maiyegun.
How are you, Ahmed?
Baba, what did happen now?
I just stay here, Baba. I just finished my own preaching on the altar. I want to hear from the brethren. If you ever listen.
Yeah. See the thing. Just get us to see for this. All these people, obedient, new, the bandits, the articulators, new. All what I want to say is this, because I was reading a comment on Mumu, Danilo, right. Say you must see, someone has to stick to the political Kiniko. Osha for English, Osha for English, you have to stick to even if you want to stick to political whatever. You have one person. You see, hypocrisy will kill all these people that don't show obedience. Hypocrisy will kill all of you. You keep coming out and you say you want to stick to a political this to change whatever nonsense that cannot be changed. But you are looking at person like Chiwore and you say, is this, you should go to his state and go and start as a chairman, as a this. Me, I don't believe in your useless Nigeria. Your Nigeria is already done for. But even if you want to, share on a sense, no, they tell una say, una get people like Chiwore. You are not backing someone like Chiwore. You say, hey, he talks too much. He hasn't handled any office.
And if
he hasn't done it. Let him go and start as a chairman.
Talking too much about who is talking too much about the criminals, the ones they love.
About the criminal.
So they hate him for that. He's SUG president. He should go and contest for SUG. These are the people who are suffering in the hand of their own octogenarian criminal leaders.
Can you imagine? The same OB you are rooting for, the same OB was a governor under this rush system, under this criminal system. Yet you are thinking OB will come and take you out. Honor the mad me. So whatever always comes out to tell you the real problem, that will tell you this is what the problem is. You are not rooting for him. You are rooting for someone that, yes, we will change consumption to production. We must go and verify. All of you are mad. Seriously mad. You are sick.
It's like you are reacting early. You should have waited till February.
No, as in, I don't read some kind of comment. Maiyegun, I go just sit down and say,
easy to
push. You are talking about using, we have to penetrate their politics. Look for someone. And God, if you are saying God already show on one person who want to use. Even I think the system would work. God don't show on one thing.
No, you
one
see
person,
the hypocrisy
and
there.
which you show
There is this. I've told
but
you.
Because all of you are hypocrites.
You know something, Ahmed? You remember I've said something before that Nigerians don't really hate oppression, corruption.
They just hate it. Yes, of course they hate it. They are not the one
doing it, or somebody they like is the one doing it. How do you explain it? So how do you explain it to say I am obedient? I am so happy to see Obasanjo. Oh, I'm so happy to see Babangida. Oh, I am so happy to see the same set of people. Baba, come on, man.
It's the same, and it is all the set of these people that show.
And then you are expecting a difference after.
And you are expecting a difference. Wallahi, wallahi, such a dumb ass people. They no get brain. You can't even think. May God give you now be or Tinubu or Atiku. You go even Sorry, we know all the end where it will end. Boy, DLL below Shema, Boshi Lolo Shema. No be equal. Timba Pasoro. My people go say, money, Boshi one in there. bó ṣe wà ní ẹ la ṣe ń sọ ẹ̀yin máa rò bóyá pè là ń ṣe
I
pé
mean, they feel offended.
kò lè
Ahmed,
kò lè
they get so offended when these names are mentioned. Meanwhile, these names being mentioned are also being mentioned with what they are doing or what they have done. But those things they have done doesn't upset these guys, doesn't anger them. But mentioning their names alone throws them off balance. Like, don't you have elders at home? Don't you have any respect? Respect and elders. Can you mix that up with criminals? Because they're old?
Maiyegun, if they go and make their own research, support all these candidates, even the dirty, useful and dirty. Olórí burúkú wèrè kan ìyẹn kọ́ ló ní pé LGBT àbí kìíní kan they are supposed to be chill ní àbí kìíní kan.
Now the vice president. I told you,
come America, make you come talk say you look someone say LGBT. Tó bá sọ pé I want you to use he or she for me. Wọ́n bí ẹ̀dá kó ló nǹkan mi. Tó bá lò na problem. Ó lọ lò nǹkan mi. Ọkùnrin ni o. Ó wá sọ pé use she for me. Ó wá ń lo he fún torí pé ìwọ sórí kòkó. Problem ni o, wàhálà ni o, because you are violating his own right.
Emotional damage, you can't call. They call it emotional damages because even that, they can tell you that I just.
Mo lè sọ pé Mùsùlùmí lè mi o, gbogbo nǹkan yẹn ò kàn mí o, bọ̀ ẹni tó bá ń ṣe kí ló kàn mí, you might live your life na kí ló kàn mí it concern me. Ṣèbí wọ́n ló fẹ́ di ṣí àbí wọ́n ló fẹ́ di yìí, báwo ló ṣe kàn mí? They do your own. I don't need to come and start passing you. Tó bá ṣá ti wá, wá ṣe wèrè, má ṣe nǹkan.
If you're not invading my space.
So they do your thing, they do my own. Bó ṣe fẹ́ ni kí ló kàn mí? Ṣé èmi mo ní ẹni? Ìwọ ló ní rẹ̀.
Let me
no wahala, Maiyegun, carry on. You are doing a good job. Kò ní bàjẹ́. No wahala.
Better. So I have another caller, by the way. Hello there.
Maiyegun Baba.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
So welcome, sir. How are you?
Wonderful job. AY long way last to Chicago.
AY from Chi-Town, Chicago. Baba.
Yes, Baba. I always try your no. No, hold on.
It is war. I can tell you, especially when we have a lot of people around. It's always like
I know.
Well, I'm glad you made it through tonight, sir. So how are you again?
Thank you. Well, you see,
yes, sir.
Like I was listening to Ahmed. Thank you, my brother. You see, one thing is this, the obedient, I laugh at them, but I'm happy that they are doing all this because, like you always said, we need people to shake these people, to shake this
to make them uncomfortable as much as possible. That's right.
Exactly. So we need people to shake them, and it's very important because this, and I believe that the obedient, the obedient themselves, they are just finding a way. They are confused because how can you go all around? You see Peter Obi. This guy was just viciously like Atiku's VP in 2019, right? Exactly. And he quickly ran to Labour's party, and it's you guys saviors, right? To take you guys away from. And if you see what happened at the NBA, thing that they did in Lagos, event, you see what he said? He said, Atiku, my father, and you see, and you just like you guys just mentioned, you see what is going on, and then you see this obedience saying, it's important because you have to, go around with the political people, and how can we go around and fool ourselves all the time? But me, I'm just happy.
They have political no fights. Like I said in my presentation, sir, emotion is running riot right now. A lot of them are investing their emotion right now. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of them will be able to handle it, especially what is coming for real.
But Baba, me, I'm happy. I'm happy that the fact that this thing is going on, and then I want to see the charade of what's going to happen during that election period or when they started campaigning. You will see a lot of things that's going to happen. And to me, I'm happy for that. And you start seeing all these slow jabs and everything. Even the obedient, Baba, what is coming up for 2023 is not enough for everybody to even. I don't think that everybody is ready for this, but I'm happy. And thank you once again, Baba.
The spillover is going to be interesting to see. And the whole thing
Absolutely.
and everything else is going to be so interesting to see. And we're all looking forward to it, Baba. Hey, why?
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Don't let me hold on of your time.
No,
I'm
it's
so
lovely
glad
to hear
that
from
today
you, sir.
I get the time to, to
Thank
hear the
you.
Baba. Well, thank you very much.
You have a good one, sir. Nice one, eh? Hey, why? That's a word from Chicago. I have another caller here. Here we go.
Really appreciate it.
Hello there. Oh, hang on. Let's see.
One name, mother.
Oh, Sita. One name.
Good.
How are you, sir?
Good to hear. Yeah, good to see you on screen today.
It's good to be back.
It's fun. Yeah. Yeah. More grace to your elbow, my brother.
Thanks so much for that.
Anyway, yeah. There's something practical I want all of us to understand here.
Right.
Everyone. I've always been a disciple of our own movement. And I'm not going to deviate from it.
Bless you.
And believe me, inside, everybody's not going to deviate from it. But human beings, they play along with what their eyes could see, their physical eyes could see. When you are controlled by your physical eyes, most of the time you realize you don't know what is
I think
inside
that is where
of that thing.
Emotional intelligence comes in, isn't it, Osita? Being able to act right in the midst of
you don't know
things that looks
inside.
confusing.
Yeah, you don't know the inside. I mean, what is inside the thing that your eyes are seeing. It's just like when you buy a can of milk,
right?
A can of milk, a can of glucose, all those things. The way it looks on the outside, that's not the way it looks. The content is. But there's something so sure, so striking here, that at the end of the day, we will all arrive at the same point because it is still the same point.
There's always a destination for all of this. Yeah.
There's always a destination. It's still the same thing that we all are fighting. Let me be clear. I do not blame disobedience or whatever. Because
me too, somehow.
That
caution,
the reason I do not blame them, it is not all about Peter B. It's not all about him. They tell you. But it's all about their emotion. The reason I am not blaming them, we need somebody to shake the system. And with the kind of force they have, by the time they are disappointed, maybe they will not. They will not come to our own side. They will come to our side. There's nothing to handle about it. They will come to our side because the system is totally broken. You cannot join it together. You can't fix it. There's a difference between that the system is fractured, but this one is not fractured. This one is broken. You can't fix it. Believe me, if I want to say, all of them, even Showere, I will not support him. I will not even campaign for him.
Even for election,
my reason I will not campaign.
On this platform,
the reason
we have been very honest to ourselves. Go on.
Yes, the reason I will not campaign for him because at the end of the day, what is he doing? He's only adding up to what are they all doing? They are all doing the same thing, making this system like to tell people that that this broken system, it can be repairable.
Yeah.
Giving people false hope.
That's true. That's true.
Giving people false hope. I do not care. I know Jesus Christ is not a politician. But if you tell me you are Jesus Christ, you come to the Nigerian politics, I will tell you straight up, my brother, there's nothing you have to offer.
There's no Jesus in you. Forget the story, Baba. Forget all the drama.
Forget the story. I don't care how anybody says it. I don't care if you were born today, and you grew up today, and you were speaking with all eloquence. I will tell you, my brother, as far as the system of Nigeria is concerned,
did you hear the part? Did you hear the part where I said, watch it, don't invest your emotion in anything that says they want to save Nigeria because it is not true. Everyone coming with that agenda is only coming to steal from that your emotional investment, and you're going to regret it. You heard me when I said that.
Yeah.
Do not waste your time investing in saving it.
So let's not talk about, it is this person that is good. It's anybody that comes there, my brother, the system has been prone, they've been programmed. The system has been brooded. It has been grounded in the direction of failure. It has already failed before anything. And it's intentional. Even Tinubu that is going there, I know he's a bad man, he's part of them. But believe me, the system has been rigged against him personally. Because when a vice president comes out and tells you that, Tinubu will go for what the president like will go for economy and he will go, don't you see how insulting it is?
I mean, he said that on a very big stage, by the way. He said they have agreed that he will handle economy. What?
That is the biggest stage.
Is that not a red flag too, by the way, Osita?
Yes. So I need people to understand this. If at all there's going to be an election, if there's not going to be an election, good for us. If there's going to be an election, good for us. All I know, for we all that have the same mindset that break this thing up and let everybody go, believe me, it's a win-win situation for us.
At the end of the day, bless you.
It's a win-win situation. I was watching the other day, you had that program there, you were showing that the guy was saying, in the NSAS movement, the guy was saying that they came when we were few, but they knew that we were going to come out, and as we came out now in numbers, that we will face them. And everybody saw them. Everybody saw them. That wound can never be healed. That NSAS can never be healed. And that NSAS,
it's like this year 2023 is the final showdown for it. And if the people get muzzled out, like you said, it's going to be a win-win on this part.
It's going to be a win-win. And that is what is going to cause the breakage of that country. You keep saying one thing, and we keep saying one thing, that, if you say you want to keep Nigeria, why don't we do it this way? Bring it back to regional government.
That's when the shit will hit the fan. I'm with you.
Yes. Why don't you bring back the regional government? Every region control whatever they have. You will say it's against the Fulani. Whatever they try to tell you that break Nigeria is against the Fulani, take it back to regional government. You break the Fulani.
Structure Nigeria is against Fulani.
Fulani. But what I know is that one thing must surely happen. That direction that we are all heading, we will head to that direction at the end of the day.
So that means whenever APC they carry us, they go. Even though we don't like them or more they follow them, Abi, it go end somewhere.
We go end somewhere. Let them do whatever they want to do.
And the end is near, by the way.
The end is near. Thank you very much.
So much, Osita. It's good to hear from you again, sir. Thank you for all the time. I have another person on the line as well. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Oh, the Prince. Prince Judgeman. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening, my good general.
Good evening to you, sir. And you are live.
Yeah, it's a pleasure speaking to you tonight.
The pleasure is mine as well. Yeah. Thank you.
And also to the Temple of Truth and on people in general.
Yes, sir.
You know. Yeah, my good general, they used to make an adage and said is that is only lies in a meeting where people gather for in a meeting. It's only lies that will make a meeting to prolong and keep on prolonging and prolonging. You understand? In a meeting where there is truth, it doesn't waste time. Everybody will just sharp. Everybody will go house. You get what I mean?
I'm with you.
You know, so it's a Nigeria matter. Nigeria matter now. Airplane turner. Everybody is just turning. They one place. Yes. Autopilot. You get what I mean? Everybody is just on their own, doing whatever
they think is right.
You know? But one thing we know that the plane is going to eventually crash anywhere, anyhow. You know? So the thing
everything
is
will end
that
up in Isoweto, Africa. Isoweto, Africa. We are born and down, more break them up. I'm following you, the prince.
I'm telling you. You see, tonight, you know, at times when things are happening, some will happen in parables, some will happen in code, some will happen in science. You get what I mean? You know, a few days ago, this Janjaweed, Metiala, they sent this Audios Okal to come and threaten.
To come and make that threat and all that. I know, I saw that.
A whole region, you know. He just came out of jail. They just released him from jail. So what is signed for them is that he's going to lead the troop of Tucano Jet, you know, to come and finish what they could not finish 1967 to 1970. You know,
what their pythons that are dancing couldn't do. So he will do it. So the promise he made them.
Exactly. And one thing I want to remind them is, see, when they cannot speak, they should go and look at all his messages. You know, his messages never fall to the ground.
No.
All of them comes to pass one by one before their eyes. That's why they must not look at Nnamdi Kanu as ordinary. Even Nnamdi Kanu has told Meti Allah that one of their Boko Haram suicide bomber, so one of it, Biafran has 10. They should have that in mind. You understand? I'm using this, you know, this also medium of them sending one of their henchman. What is Okalo? You know, because it's Meti Allah that sent me to come and do that threat. No matter what they have given him, whether Kunu or Brukutu, that is in conjunction with the promise. You know,
because what I found out is that Nigeria is broke right now. Yeah, some people who have stolen and have access to free money that they have stolen in Nigeria, they are not. You see, they are not taking money now. They are taking promises, something huge, because it's like many of them are so willing to help burn down Nigeria, and they can't wait to do it. So I don't think money is what they are promising them. There must be something more. I mean, where are they living? Are they living elsewhere other than this world?
I believe you. I believe what you are saying. One thing they must know is that when it happens, what they are cooking, when it begins to dawn, even their private jet, they will not. Their leg will be shaking like a polu. They will not have legs to run into their private jet.
To fly away. Anyway.
What they are cooking, that they think they can just fly away after when they cause the calamity, then they will not run away.
It's not going to be easy to run. I know. See, Prince, let me take another one. Let me take another one tonight so you can manage it sharp. Yeah?
All right.
It's good to hear from you.
All right, respect, Jerry.
Nice one, Baba.
Thank you.
Nice one. That's the Prince Judgeman. Meanwhile, I have another caller on the line. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. This is Kengi from Russia.
Oh, hearing from you again, Sake from Russia. How are you? You know,
it's been a long time, sir. Over 2 years.
Special. When you mention Russia,
yes.
I feel like I only hear that twice a year.
It's over 3 years, sir.
Maybe once in a year as well. But it's good to hear from you. I've heard you second time this year, so I'm lucky this year.
All right, sir. How are you doing, sir? I really appreciate all you have been doing.
Well, thank you, sir.
And congratulations for the new baby and so on. Everything you have been doing has been so great.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Sake, everybody can hear you now.
Actually, all right, sir. I actually want to pinpoint some facts.
Please.
It's an opinion anyway.
Oh, come on.
Maybe it's also going to help the people to understand how corrupt the system has been. Because to me,
yes, sir.
I remember, maybe you know too well, then I and advocate that, okay, maybe Nigeria can be great. Let's try it.
Nigeria will be better.
I supported Shure, shouted, screamed, this and that. But the moment I begin to understand how deep you have gone to understand the system in Nigeria, I realize that no.
Waste of time.
This is not going, it's just waste of time, waste of energy, waste of resources, strength, and so on. I then just withdraw from that wrong system that has been collapsed.
And that's the energy we are trying to make sure that when people realize that Nigeria, trying to save Nigeria the way it is right now is a waste of time, instead of them withdrawing the energy completely, we are now trying to see if we can help, make them channel the energy towards something that could actually save all of us. Let's get out of this mess.
Yes, correctly. Sir, I don't know how it's going to be possible. This is a social media era whereby we can use it to teach our people.
Yes.
I want to suggest maybe you can just be doing maybe 2-minute or 3-minute video in exposing the system to the people, then treating it, and people begin to follow up and retreat and retreat. Maybe this little manners is going to help the people to know more. I don't know, maybe you get my point, sir.
I think I love it. See, it's been an idea that people have, told me many times, but it's just that there's so much that, maybe because I'm so used to it, right? There's so much that goes into every of my show, okay? Like all day,
I know
everything that I gather and all of that, I just, but doing a short video and all that is not my forte, and I think I should begin to break that ground, because indeed you're right.
Yes.
Transferable videos that can easily pass within 2 minutes or 3 minutes can do a lot of wonders.
Yes. Yeah, it will do a lot of wonder. I mean, people will see it. Before you know, even your followers will increase.
Yes.
Because people need to know the truth. I'm serious.
Because I remember I did a video. I did one video, recorded video. I think it was about 4 minutes, about 4 years ago or something. And so many people who actually saw the video got it on WhatsApp. And that was probably about 2 months after I made the video. Then people started asking, who is this person? Who is this person? So finally, some of them stumbled on me on Facebook. They're like, so this is the guy. So this is that guy. So I get what you mean. They do wonders, and I think I'm going to indeed.
It will, because we need to expose these people. Many people are in darkness, including my relation, people that you don't even believe, people that they so. I was speaking with one of my brother, my immediate brother. I was telling him that, sir, there's nothing anybody can do to this system. He said, hey, we should support Obi. I said, forget it. If you like, you are a pastor, sir. Bring Jesus. Come and rule Nigeria. He's not going to do anything. I told him categorically. He said, no. We
they keep lying to people that they need leadership. They need leadership. But they are not telling them that what actually make a leader or a leadership to serve the people is the process that produced that leader. Check yourselves. Check all of them. And you realize that the process that is going to prop them up, none of them is in your interest. But people don't pay attention, mostly.
Not at all. Not at all. Even the Bible let us understand that when the foundation is faulty, what can the righteous do? The foundation is done, is faulty. It has collapsed. You can't build anything on it, and it will never stand. Nothing you build on it that is going to stand.
No.
So please, I don't know. Let we that have been among the righteous begin to elaborate. Begin to teach people. Even though it's short video,
if you all promise me that you're going to like them, because I can sit down here and make 10 videos, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Why not?
The way I feel.
Why not?
We want it. So if you say you love it,
we want the truth to be revealed. Why won't we support it? We will expose them. That's what we are doing. That's what you have been doing for a long time.
Yes.
Remember last week somebody was telling you that he was in Abuja. When he went to US, he was now seeing your video. He was like addicted to your video. That who is this guy? This addict. Many people are back in Nigeria that they are not saying the truth.
We need to do something.
Maybe the darkness in Nigeria has covered them. We need something to expose these people. This is what we need. And lastly, I have not been able to register in that Nigeria Union. Sorry, Yoruba Union rather.
Is it not up in Russia?
It's up. I registered, but it's not popping up for me to activate. That activate, I check my spam, I check my inbox, I check everything. Nothing. In fact, I even message you that what is going? Yeah, I need to be approved. In fact, I used 2 of my email.
I know.
I used 2 of my email. Nothing.
The people are watching you right now. Maybe by the time we finish this program, you probably would have been approved. So. I've told them that we need to put something on that is automatic, that they don't have to do it, individual like that. However, I hope they will work on it for me. They told me that it is still the safest for now to control the kind of influx and other stuff. Well, whatever it is, you can have my word and take my word for it, sir. It should be activated.
All right, thank you, sir. I really appreciate for the time I have tonight. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad.
Look at me on your screen. I'm smiling because Russia. You take care, sir. Yeah? Nice one.
All right, well, thank you, sir.
So I have another caller on the line, by the way. Here we go. Hello. Oh, hang on.
Hello, Mag.
I think I've connected now. Hello there.
Hello, Mag.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. May your days be long, sir.
Amen, sir. And yours too.
Yeah, I'm glad to get you online. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear from you too.
Yeah. Day before yesterday, the man called and was saying this guy Peter Obi is a distraction. Well, from my own opinion,
yes, sir.
Peter Obi is not a distraction to Nigerian youth.
Okay.
Peter Obi was just a smart ass that knew that Nigerian people are tired of APC and PDP.
Right.
So he was very smart enough to switch to Labour Party, which
is the most popular
Nigerian youth
right now. But what we are saying is that is the system going to allow for most popular, most sensible, or it's just going to be the same old way?
2 things. Okay, if you can just give me some time.
Oh, sorry, please.
You see, Peter Obi will not do. Yeah, okay. Peter Obi will not do much. Just he would behave just the way as Jonathan, maybe to make the economy okay,
right.
And dollar rates down and all that. Peter Obi cannot change the constitution of Nigeria.
No.
Peter Obi cannot restructure Nigeria except he's ready to die. That is just the fact. Then in Tinubu aspect, why the Muslim ticket? If you can notice when they asked Buhari on, I think, channel interview or Arise TV or so,
right.
That was who will take over after him. He said he will not say anything now so that they will not keep the person.
Yeah, I remember.
The option,
said,
they never wanted to give
election, and he said none of my business. I remember anyway. Continue.
Yeah. They never wanted to give Tinubu the ticket.
No.
But they have to give him the ticket on condition that he has to pick Muslim ticket.
I remember.
And what happened between Jonathan and Yaradua is what will repeat itself. Well, I'm not praying for anybody to die.
Because it's not in our hand anyway. It's not in our hand. So yes, I feel you.
Yeah. So the condition that Tinubu is now, the way he's sick, my brother, Tinubu should take on that power. It won't last not up to a year plus, or a year rather. He will give up. Then now, this man, for this Boko Haram man, will become the president of Nigeria.
Yeah, the shit man.
He will become the president of Nigeria and continue from where Buhari stopped.
Yes.
So that is why they are doing everything possible to make Tinubu to win, because they know how sick Tinubu is.
Yes.
They are not doing all these things to favor Tinubu. No. They are doing all this because they know that if Tinubu did not even die, they are ready to kill him.
Some even said
that is what.
If Tinubu tried what Buhari tried, going abroad to spend 4 months for medical treatments, right? Before he comes
they
back,
will take over.
He'll be gone.
Yes. That is just the fact. So all these things they are trying to do, that they will ring election, Tinubu will win. It's not even for PDP, because PDP It's not even Atiku, not even trend.
Obi don't spoil PDP chance as we speak right now.
Yes, Obi don't spoil PDP chance.
Because they say in northern Nigeria, as it is right now, apart from Atiku, they feel like it is their job to keep APC. Like you said, Tinubu is sick anyway, so he's never going to be in charge. So therefore, for their survivor, APC must remain. And whatever it's going to take, it's like Shetima is the one running for president right now, up north. According
that
to
is it. Yes.
Baba, do you have any other one you'd like to add before you go, by the way? So,
No. That is just what I have to make people to understand that is what is happening. But it will be very difficult for an Igbo man to rule, which everybody knows. So the election will be ringed. Yeah, so the election is between APC and Labour Party, not even PDP.
And therefore, if it does, that one will be like a straight fight, except if the Nigerians surprise them, which they are promising. They are promising to surprise them.
They wish you well. if they can do that, that will be fine. But I will say Fulani people will never allow an Igbo man to rule. That is just
everybody will kill.
And even if that is it. And even if Obi rule, Obi cannot do any shit rather than to make economic stable like Jonathan. That is what I have to say. Thank you for giving
so
me
much, Baba. Nice one, Let me take another one as well. I can tell someone who has been.
Hello. Hello.
So even if you see, hey, Baba, Helda.
Yeah. Maiyegun.
Helda. Olaoluwa. The senior elder in the Temple of Truth.
Church ni say last Sunday but the pastor wa gogo I text there you know
olórí òkè ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ ti di pé àti physical àti spiritual báyìí sí ló dé gbà sí so tẹ́ bá ti rí mi ní orí pẹpẹ if I'm not here preaching on the altar I dey prayer room consult the oral
di ye wa àwa náà àti bàbá mọ̀ pé bóyá pastor bóyá ń fẹ̀mí sọ́nà ni
so no àbí olùṣọ́ àgùntàn kò gbọ́dọ̀ sùn kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀.
Baba yes mo kàn fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kan nípa òbí ni sóyè yín sìn sẹ́rí I don't know why many people don't understand Nigerian system. In fact, majority of our to run the system here go understand the system here. Obi, for example, let me talk about Obi. Obi is wasting his time. In fact, in the elections, Showore might beat him. Okay.
Sure?
You see, let me tell you something, Maiyegun.
So.
Yes. You know, if you look at you need to look at the process, the beginning of the process. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Look at the APC conventions. The 1,500 people that wanted to choose an options for Nigeria. Many of them cannot write their name. Many of them cannot, if they write their name down, many of them cannot read it. In fact, they announced it, they said, if you cannot read, if you cannot write it, we'll help you write it. 1,500 people or 1,700 people to choose an options for over almost 300 million people. Where you have, in a country that you have more than 300 universities. Okay? Now they choose an options of Kolu, for example. Okay, the same thing, the same process. That's right. The same process in PDP. Now, if you look at the beginning of that process, now you now look at obedient, or they call themselves I will call them fools. They will soon realize.
No, you can call them obedient. Some are already calling them obedience. But you'll be obedient. Let me tell you something, sir, quickly before you continue. If you want to abuse obedient, you must also be ready to collect. They know they hold though. So me, when I say my mind, some of them sometimes they let it pass. If you want to offend them, just say obedient or obedience. They don't like that. But whatever they give to
you know what is going to happen?
You must collect them like that too.
Yes.
Go on.
Okay. Yes. You know these OB followers. You understand? All of them, they are deceiving themselves, and I can understand his frustrations. You understand?
It is obvious.
And like I always said, the level of frustrations, Omama Sarajo, is converged gradually. You can see the follower of Obi is frustrations. They know they are going nowhere. You understand? Now, Obi, I can see a lot of, Nigerian media. Nigerian media is very dangerous and evil. When they want to project something, fake, because Obi himself is fake. Okay? Obi will sit down here and say, I'm a banker. You understand? A banker in Nigeria is a crooks. You see, if you look at the wealth of Nigeria, which is being stolen, which Nigerian people can never see again, okay? There is no way Nigeria can see their wealth that is being passed away or stolen away. All this one. Oh, yes, because Abacha died. That's why you can see they said 23 million come, 1 billion come, or whatever. What about this OBASANJO? What about Danjuma? All these people. You understand? They've stolen our life. And in fact, we cannot see it again. So let's not forget them. So this will be, and all this atrocity that happened, is it not the banker that make it happen, and the lawyers? All the money that they start away, you understand, from Nigeria to America to China.
Who are those?
You understand? Is it not through the money laundering?
You have to accuse him of something before you can let that narrative stick, sir. Abi? Like,
Yes.
You believe it's part of that. I mean, as a banker generally, yeah?
Oh yes. There are so many, Nigeria have so many problems. And if you wanted to dig out a problem for one of these people, it's very complex. Because this Obi you are talking about, his wife was arrested for money laundering when he was a governor.
Yeah.
He take this Okoje-Iweala.
Yeah, I remember.
It's on the news. He take Okoje-Iweala and the other time to settle it, to cool it down. Okay? Now, Obi can come out and cry like a rat for me. You understand?
I don't really see much wala around him other than the hypocrisy of the set of people, the characters that contributed to this Nigeria woes and Nigeria's problems, right? We know them. We know the role they played, right?
Oh yes.
And they are comfortable seeing him with them. And I'm like, are you what do you want? Do you think he's the only person that can just
the people that we choose the leader of Nigeria, the people that we choose, the owner of Nigeria that we choose very soon. Okay? Tinubu, what Tinubu is banking on, Emilokan. You understand? Emilokan has a very different meaning, meaning. Awaloko Yoruba, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ló kàn. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí kò sọ láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe convention yẹn.
It became this Yoruba.
That's right.
Yoruba nation ló kàn. That's what he said. Yoruba nation.
That's right. Ó tún wá sọ Yorùbá orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ló kàn. Nígbà tó ṣubú tó lulẹ̀, mo sọ fún pé má gbàgbé orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. So now, and that is what is going to happen. Because the game is
resonating among people. I understand.
Because the game is going to start. Those one in the south, they will start telling about Atiku, your brother from Niger, Fulani from Niger cannot finish 8 years, and then another Fulani from Cameroon take over again. That one is not going to be possible. All right. Another one will come from the other side, saying Muslim ticket, Muslim, Tinubu Muslim, the terrorist from the Borno is a Muslim. So now we cannot accept this. That's right. Kasim Shettima is a terrorist and is a Muslim. Okay, now you have Muslim tickets. What about the South that have majority of Christians, the Igbo, majority of Christians, Yoruba, almost.
Let me save you your breath, Elder. Before I take another course, let me save you this breath, okay? As you mentioned Tinubu and his plan, even me, as I'm talking to you today, except like they said they will surprise us, so and now they are sharedo. As it is right now, the writing of re-election result is concluded, okay? Tinubu and gang are focusing on Southwest. They're going to say, are you saying that he's going to lose Southwest if he rigs the Southwest? They're going to rig Northeast, where Shetima comes from. They're going to rig the Northwest, where Kaduna is, Jigawa, and all those places. And they are okay with that. The rest is that they just need 25% in other areas. As it is, the only person that this whole arrangement is hurting is Atiku, except Obi. And now Obi that we expect to probably was going to surprise them. Obi is in bed with the same set of people that OBASANJO is taking him to. And as he be so now.
Yes. So how is for example now, let's say for example now in Yoruba land, Obi was able to share some vote in Yoruba land. You understand? In fact, Obi is going to lose in Igbo land. All these Igbo, Igbo leaders.
Igbo land for them, Baba. See, disobedient and oral review, they are not even touching the place. But what they have done is that they've calculated what they are going to miss, the votes. So they decide to go to South. Now they are looking for Imo. They are looking for a Bonyi. These two areas out of 5, if they give them 25%, they are okay. They are looking for, they are looking for River State. And they are looking for Cross River. If these two South states can give them 25%, they are not looking for winning. They are not even going to fight it. They are even expecting them to even rig their right result. They don't care. You see the other
Maiyegun, this is how they do the election in Nigeria. I don't know if you listen to INEC spokesman 3 days ago. You understand?
Yes, sir.
They said they do electoral law amendment. They said. They said they're going to do this, what they call it, electoral transmissions, all this type of thing. All of them don't change you. They go take result waka. They go take result waka from your network to Abuja.
There's no network in Jigawa, no network in Borno, no network in...
No.
They will say
Maiyegun, wait. Maiyegun, the INEC have already concluded. They said it's manual connections.
Because that's what the law says, sir. So, that's what their law says. That's right. It says INEC will decide if they want to transfer electronically or manually. INEC, they carried their Mugu. They said they will transfer electronically. They did it in Oshun. They tried it in Ekiti. But guess what?
No. Maiyegun, now they said to us, the man said it 3 days ago. He said even in Osun, they do it, they collect it manually. That's what he said to us.
I know. Anyway,
Elder, that's what he said to us.
Let me take another call.
Thank you
so much. You have a good one. So, Elder can take a lot of time. So, I apologize for those who have been on the queue. So, hello there. Somebody got in and they actually cut off. They lost the slots. So the line is still pretty much opened, and I'm going to take just one single call more, and then we're going to call it a night. So, ladies and gentlemen that have spent their night with me tonight, remember, if this is your first time, you can subscribe on MaiyegundsDiary Politico. It's a tough one to keep you here because I might have said something that makes you feel like, wow, this guy is good tonight. And probably I haven't said something that gets you offended because I've not touched something you like. If you have any people among the Nigerian political class that you respect, honestly speaking, I may not be your best friend, okay? But I'll always be your real one. The real one that tells you exactly what it is. And if you enjoy it tonight, you can stay back and like the video and subscribe, so to say. So I am going to, let me take this one. Then we'll make it our last call, okay? Let's see. Hang on. I don't know why people are having problem connecting. Okay. So, okay, I'll try this again. I think I have another one. Let's hope this connects. Somehow when it connects and it just get dropped off. So, hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good morning.
Good morning, Ke. Where are you calling from, Baba?
Singapore, Sonny.
Oh, from Singapore. Sonny, it's been a while. How are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
Well, I'm still here, you know. I mean, we thank God. So you can help me move away from that broadcast if you can, somehow, you know. I can hear myself.
I've muted. I've muted.
Oh, have you?
Muted.
Grand, Papa. Now,
yeah.
Everybody can hear you now, please. Sonny.
Hey, I don't know where to start from about Nigeria. I'm greeting you, Maiyegun. Thank you for the good work, and thank you for
I know.
For everything, at least keeping us updated. But last night, I woke up around 3 a.m. thinking Maiyegun is coming online.
Like,
till 5 a.m. I was waiting for Maiyegun. And I saw like you came 3 hours before I woke up.
Well, eventually you can always catch up as well. That's one good thing. Though
of course,
the vibe is not the same. Oh, the vibe is not the same when you're watching it live than to watch replay. But nevertheless,
that is just it. But we don't have option. We just go along with it.
Men have to work and time difference and all that stuff. But for all the love, Baba, thank you. Appreciate a lot.
I really appreciate you. Nigeria, I don't know where to start from. I don't know. I'm also tired.
We all are.
I don't know. Serious. It's a lot of headache. It takes a lot from us. But we really appreciate you, at least, for coming to do the breakdown to make us understand better.
Thanks.
Because everything in that country is behind. I won't lie to you. Totally behind. But there's something that always comes to my mind.
Right. What's that?
Like, can't Yoruba themselves stand like in form of inside Nigeria they are doing their rubbish. Form of like an organization, like a club, like we can have something like access cards. You understand? Like we gonna be like a mini country inside a country. We have a card like Stevie Bank Pie. You can take that card to our restaurants, go and eat. We can have Shimba like a lawyer, like they arrest them. But that card of Yoruba
and other stuff.
That is just a support on one side. But that will make us to be able to control ourselves. To say one thing and you don't have option, you have to go by it. Except if you're not going by it, then you're not going to benefit all those things that is surrounding that circle.
It's a huge investment. Because that's the issue, Papa.
I know we're going to have it that nobody's going to get lost.
I know.
Everybody will just be under one umbrella. Like we can say yes. And once we say yes, that yes is standing for Yoruba. Or that yes is standing for Igbo. Or that yes is, you understand?
I know.
But now we are splitted. That's where the problem is. We don't have totally divided. That's the problem. But if we can start by, we are 10 associations. Being 10, then we start bringing each other 1-1. But what calls other attention is what we can bring to the table.
Yes.
Like having something they can benefit from. All of us being kilo shell. Once they they just land for trouser. What do you do? There's a lawyer that will stand by that. With the jadi. I only mad at that day. They being power at the bay, what is one in the Didika. You understand? From there, they don't have option that to call each other to get that card. Once they get that card, everybody, so far 18 years, ó jẹ́ 50 naira, ó láti máa san sí account lórí card. So far 21, ó láti máa san 500 naira sínú account ẹni every month. Àbẹ́mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe o. Ó gbé bọ́ ni o, ó dá mi ní ìpàyé.
Why did you gbé bọ́ torí 500 anyway?
Owó yẹn, no, kò ní àkànṣọ ni pé.
I'm with you.
Like your B-type, you want the pastor on the 70. You understand what I mean? So, you have to be committed.
Some people even gave me an idea. You know what's the idea people gave, right? Which I'm actually contemplating on, by the way. He said that we could open, this kind of support system in different locations in Yoruba land, right? That once people know they are there, right? People can go, if you want to locate it, locate them close to supermarket or a market, right? So that people can go into markets, buy stuff, donate them for you there. You know what I mean? Now, instead of giving money and all of that, so that when people, like you said, those who have the card, Anthony card, they can walk in. There will always be something there. Here abroad, especially here in the UK, you will see some of these food banks. They are not far from major
shopping a retail center like Asda, Tesco. They're not far.
I understand.
So that if you feel like you are doing your shopping now. You are doing your shopping.
Yeah.
Then you've bought all your stuff. Then you feel like, no, I'm going to buy this, and that with my shopping. On your way out, you just stop by at the place. You give them the bag and say, well, I'm giving it to you. Food bank, I'm giving this to you. Then you walk away with your own shopping. So I love that idea, but it is a huge investment, Baba. I'm telling you.
And what the key is this? The key is just the major thing, like our data decay. Like this website you create now, you can go along from that.
Once we perfected everything, of course, data collection and processing. I like that.
Yeah, but we'll just start it like an association.
Yes.
And our association will be like one agreement. Whatever we decide in our association. Once you have that card,
yes,
I'm allocated.
I did help.
Just like, yeah, God bless you. I'm a render assistant.
I know.
So that assistant will make you to tell the cockroach and the rat in your house, like, this is what is going on. Then, I want no matter security out the jail, yeah.
Resources need. We just need the resources. An organization like
we first start to create that security, like I'm at my security. I got to my bachelor on CBN security like 30 people. Some of my security.
Yes.
I want on the bunch you want creative with the security to my phone then Abuki whatever everywhere. I want all my security to cover everywhere to my job Yoruba. From there, for we to take over those chances, all of family lower the first part in there. If you check first pack, all of family lower bet. No first pack, but that was no police station.
All of family overwhelm money. That's true.
They can. So, we
need
most of my friends, some of me argue. My cause of one quick, Talo head the state here, and in Lagos, Lagos lower. Loche Google GPU to one Lagos state. Nye ni call Matimo be bagby.
Normally,
right. Si gbogbo DPO jẹ́ láti òkè lọ́hùn kí làwọn bá káàkiri a lè bọ́ síta kan náà fẹ́ bá communicate bó ṣe ń wà ó láti pè yàn kan sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kí ló fa wèrè bro abeg tẹ́ bá lè ṣe yẹn from like that
you have dropped. See, you have no idea, Baba. All these things you dropped now, you are like it's like you are just talking about Yoruba Union that we are doing.
See that thing what I talk, that one what I talk.
Yeah.
Now like for the federal. There's still a Dagbo one will be like, you know, when you have like Ushmari, Kojolo, Konkwamari, that small tiny love, one is Charity big one, you gotta be apple to cover immediately to my lobbying. You get what I'm saying?
I am following you. I mean,
we still have to talk. We still have to talk.
I know, you know, that is why that's why I saw
local government of those places. They don't do it how I want to.
I know, but that's why I'm like, you see, yeah, that is why I'm like, I love the fact that we have something we are working on. We can only make it better. By the time it becomes a fully functional, all this idea you just said, right? And we have access to the right resources, Baba. I'm a Shimon now. Is that not what we always wanted? Enough that we want to stop complaining and we want to start doing
present
it
people, they may really, as all this Nigerian government, whatever politician or whatever they have, bro. I don't think they want us to.
They don't care.
But the way we could do it is just to
we
go
can
like
go
an
around them.
Like association. There's one guy, what is it called? ó ṣe fídíò kan ní Lagos State ní time kan tí omi wọnú ilé àwọn family kan tó lọ kán wà lọ́jẹ́ I know you will have watched that video. God bless you. Kuku Foundation. That is how you get that. Ṣé ráwọn ìyá yẹn wọ́n máa lọ ń pè àwọn wà ní. Gbogbo àwọn ìyá yẹn lọ́wọ́ ní PDP, APC, wàtúwàtú.
That's right.
All those mama wey dey see for that place. But that guy still do his own where people still support him to feed those people.
I know.
That is how we will get the Yorubas.
I mean, we can use that to get our messages and all of that.
They will wake up and say, Tevale wa organized by Emile ma fún 10 bags of rice every week. Tevale wa organized by Emile ma fún 2 bags of beans every week. Tevale wa organized by Emma or they will need to for security. Only to buy 1,000 see. Can't tell you serious. Can't focus. I said, okay, at least something is going. There are people sitting behind.
Yes.
A lot. So they
and they are ready, and only if they can
1
get
million
a little
times.
help.
But for now, they haven't seen what they really want. They want something.
They need something to attach to, like, something that they can say, okay, if anything goes bad, at least they have my back. People need to know that an organization is there, they have their back. If anything goes wrong, if it's not there, people will just be like, hey, if anything happens to you now, who go feed your wife, who go feed your children. Or if they have an idea that we have their back, it will go a long way. I agree.
Those Yoruba lawyers, they are not going to get paid from the start. They will have to come from different states in Yoruba land.
They have to
make a voluntary job. But they are voluntarily want to already one in our station.
And they know, they know that somehow they are also like covered
I'm
too.
a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. Even you being a lawyer in your firm.
Yeah.
Based on code, you join our station here. Go mean if I big lawyer come on my doorstep.
No.
You want to know what I mean? Like, come and say, you, or my boy, man, don't have slave. Go mean
using
your own right
and all that stuff.
Say you know you have an organization that will stand for you anywhere. Then from that being paying one benefit, lots of the wallet stand for you. Our matua, on police station. I like to keep it over outside the bed. I've a book when yes or no, police station. So that's just pay one look to save. You understand? That's how we treat them. Like
we'll get there, Papa.
Man be counter in the street to some dominate everywhere. Then we can push.
And we have to start somewhere now. I agree. Thank you so much, Papa.
Because I know very good. I like the way that what is it called? Whatever, don't praise one, don't delete one, don't whatever. If they want to be as an older man, they should be another man. They should stop being biased. They should stop being only the kuje. They are old. Only 10 years, Mombo she want ya, she pay for so I could down here go
anyway, Baba, my time is so up. Time it up, okay? Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it because so value you go anything go in my
we will start somewhere, Baba. Thank you so much for
all right, everyone, family.
Oh my God. You should have a good one, Baba. Can you nice evening, eh? Thank you, family, if they are there.
Thanks so much.
Saying that, yeah? Nice one, Baba. So, he won't give up. It's like somebody that you'll be like, okay, good night, too. And say, good night, my brother. But you remember that we talk about that, okay, then you spend another 10 minutes. Then he says, sir, so good night, sir. Good night. I say, yeah, good night, Jare, my friend. Good night. Hey, wait, do you everybody has a lot to say, but we have limited time to say them, okay? So anyhow, I appreciate all your time you spent with me tonight, okay? And I hope I'm going to see you some other time. Remember, you can only be part of this if you indeed subscribe enough and put on your notification so that whenever Maiyegun is on, you would never be left out. So thank you. I have exhausted all my time and I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Good night from here. Odaro.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary. gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
MaiyegunDiary na you be number one.
àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
MaiyegunDiary na you be number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.